Hello, hello, everybody. Am I coming through loud and clear? Whoa, I hear it in both monitors. All right. I'm a little quiet. That's a first. Here, I'll come up, pull down desktop audio a little bit. All right, how am I now? Thank you, everyone, for being here. Good to see you, Caden. Good to see you, a non-burner. Nice to have you here. Good to see you, Codeine. And everyone else who might be there. Those are just the ones who were in the chat so far. Thank you, everyone, for being here. High five, Amelia. So, because I keep not nailing this one, the overall goal is still going to be a Mega Satan run on hard mode with Isaac. Because it's like the one hard mode thing I haven't gotten done. I guess I was just listening to something loud. Okay, am I all right still? Am I too loud now? Have we overcorrected? If you need it, if you need Mega Satan, you got to do the angel route. Okay. Okay. Thank you, my precious clown bestie. Let's see. Hype, never seen this game, but I'm here for it. You've never seen this game? Oh my god. That's a shock. You sound good, thank you. We're clean and shaven finally. Hello, hey, Jonathan and company. Nice to have you here. Hope you're doing well. And just everyone generally overall, let me know if you need help with anything. Always happy to talk to you about whatever you got going on while I do this. Just want to make sure I establish that at the beginning of every stream and throughout. I'd recommend beating Hush 3 times. I'm not even sure if I had to have beaten him at least once or twice. A third time is questionable. So, okay, so we're gonna go the angel route, which I wasn't doing. Because honestly, half the time I play Binding of Isaac and like half meditate, half dissociate. This is weirdly a whatchamacallit, comfort game, despite the obvious themes and the literal piles of shit everywhere. Let's see. Doing fine, heh? Glad to hear it. We're more worried about you. Oh, I appreciate that. If this court shit doesn't work out, do you have a place to go? I do not, but I am pretty confident in my court shit. The biggest thing is that it buys me more time to apply for rent. Whatchamacallit? Apply for rental assistance. Oh my god, I need this. I need this. So yeah, it just gives me more time to apply for rental assistance, crowdfund, try and dig up more resources. But ultimately, I don't think I'm gonna have to go anywhere. I may actually dig in my heels here, because like if the court protects my stay here, like they're like, according to the lawyer I talked to, like things could happen, like, and these are like best case scenario, like I'm not counting on these, but like rent reduction, reversal of rent, like just depending on how the judge is feeling about it. Now those are like best case scenarios, but ultimately I just am trying to secure rent and rental assistance. I don't have to worry about that so much. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I completely dissociated for that part of it. Of playing that game. I hella like just complete, it's like like I've heard some people do this while driving. I don't drive. Hold on, but like some people just zone out during driving. Don't even remember how they got home. I don't remember how I got to that room. Oh yeah, just so you know, I'm Wacko. I just used a separate account because the name is funny to me. Yeah, it's how I met him. I like to call him I hurt my knee. Ouch. Don't say bad words. All right, I'll try. Beating Hush 3 times unlocks Mother, which unlocks the Beast, Jacob and Esau, and Tainted characters. Oh shit. Okay. Well, that explains why I haven't unlocked any Tainted characters. So I got to do a Hush run. So now that you pointed that out, let me make that the next step after this Mega Satan run. Bro is gonna blow up the donation machine first floor. Am I? What am I doing to get that? Fingers crossed that you got everything sorted, dude. Really sorry you're going through this. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, keep your fingers crossed. I'm hoping for a favorable judge. I'm good at presenting lawyerly arguments and evidence, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's just a matter of where does the judge's ruling fall. But overall, I think it'll go in my favor. It's just a matter of how much in my favor. All I'm looking for is don't kick me out. Don't let me not pay this overdue rent. That'd be great to just walk away with that. Who the fuck is trying to control whether you say cuss words? It is Fortnite Cool Kid. So I'm like, okay. Doesn't want me to. Like, it was like, my parents are here. Oh, you wanted PhD, didn't you? Oh, hell yeah, I want PhD. Things are difficult here, I'm sorry, but not that horrible. They just tend to get worse and worse the longer they last. Things are difficult here. Just tend to get worse and worse. You dealing with some unresolved stuff? Such a god tier name. Fortnite Cool Kid? Yeah. It sounds like, I don't know, it sounds very generic cool guy. But like super modern. Fortnite Cool Kid sounds like a 12-year-old. That's what I was thinking. Oh damn, you live everywhere. You live everywhere. Oh yeah, you live everywhere. Yeah. I tried to do 3, although TikTok really isn't super active yet. Twitch and YouTube are where it's at right now. Things I just don't think I'll be able to resolve for a very long time. Hey, I know how that feels. I will be 40 in December. I'm still trying to resolve this child abuse stuff. But the sooner you start it, the better. Like, I wasn't really working with medical professionals to resolve the child abuse stuff until like my mid-20s. And even then, I would say it didn't really get fully like dug into until like my 30s and then my late 30s. So I think ultimately you should be happy that you caught this early and you're getting help with it early. Better than getting started years, if not decades late. Things like my own personal identity, their identities, the fact they exist, I just don't like thinking about it. I mean, if it causes you anxiety, I understand not wanting to think about it, but I hope at some point you can like think of these things and live like and feel in harmony. Because as an old person, eventually you do, like with enough work and time and help and medicine, you can like feel that harmony between the parts of yourself. At least for me, it might be difficult or different for you. I have to imagine at some time eventually there will be a part of you, there will be these times when these parts of you feel unified. Just have to get used to it at some point. Yeah. It'll be a kind of learning how to walk again. But you'll get there. It's natural to be anxious about it and confused. But things will be okay. Happiness is possible for you. I feel like TikTok just isn't the best place to stream. People there seem to have short attention spans, so longer content might not do as well. Yep, that's what I've been thinking as well. Especially because every time I do one and I look at the stats afterwards, it's like your stream was longer than 97% of people in your same category, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry I commit. I'm sorry that I know how to sit here and play a game and yap and help people for long periods of time. That's weird that that's not being rewarded on that platform. Fortunately, Twitch and YouTube have been good on that. There's other one like Kick and Rumble, but I'm just so sus of adding another platform, especially since some of them have been sus and just scream into the mic every 2 seconds. Yeah, shit I'm not gonna do. Set off people's nervous systems on the top of the list of shit I'm not doing. If you don't get their attention in 0.2 seconds, they'll swipe next. Lamau, gotcha. Yep. TikTok is just brain melting slop. You're not brain melting slop. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. In a world of brain melting slop, let me tell ya, that's a compliment. So thank you. So yeah, I don't know. I can't remember if it was Kick or Rumble that I was streaming on, and then the collective brought it to my attention that those people are not cool. I can't remember which one it was. Kick, yeah. So, and I don't know about Rumble. Kick and Rumble also seem kind of bad. Yeah, as far as I know, yeah. I was like, why do both of those? Why does my brain trigger? Those are right-wing hellholes. And I was like, yep. The archives were correct. You're a brain developing gem, not brain melting slop. That's so sweet. I want to put that on a t-shirt. Do I have permission? That sounds amazing. You're a brain developing gem, not brain melting slop. The highest compliment I've been given this month? This year? I don't know. I had some crazy conversations this year. Kick and Rumble also seem kind of bad. As far as I know, Rumble's where a lot of right-wing assholes like to gather so they can say whatever the hell they want without consequence. Yeah, that is a pretty quick way to get my ass like rated and like taken to put through the right-wing ringer of being made fun of, which might be good for views, but it just attract the wrong audience. I don't want it. Hello, Azazel the Fallen Bagel. Just imagining a bagel that can use brimstone, but it's like strawberry jam. Yo, how's it going? Let me know if you need help with anything. Appreciate having you here. Kick is depraved. Don't use it. Yep. So I guess I gotta see if there's anything beyond that as far as other places to stream. Because I do have... My subscription lets me use 3 streaming services. But if I can get away with 2, like... that's great overall. But if there's more places I should be streaming to... I want to be where I can be. Does the jam come out of the hole? I like to think so. But like, you know, like the whole, like, but I think like there's jam between the halves, right? But like it's coming, that jam is like coming through the edges of the hole in the bagel, and then it fires out like a beam. No, it's like Pikachu, the jam is created from nothing. It squirts out the bagel. Okay, well, that is also... Can we do both? Because I love both of these ideas. Because it's giving like hyper beam, like I opened my mouth and then like right here, like jelly starts spawning. Just like dead in the middle of the bagel hole. Excuse me. Thank you. Let me get Tech X give you a ring around your entire face. Yo, just a bagel with wings. And then just like a ring of jelly. Oh man. Now I want Tech X. Although this has been a good start. This has been a solid start to a run. Because I'm not like struggling through every room. Bagel Halo? Balo? Halo. I'm working on ultra hard right now. Damn, I have not unlocked that. Like playing this streaming has shown just how like unfocused I've been playing it. Where I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and relax and play. See, I like this, but I can't keep it. He gives kiss. Oh, this is perfect. Okay. Ultra hard. God, I can't even imagine. I'm just on regular hard right now. I got 200 hours logged so far. See, I have more hours logged, but I've not been focused at all on, like, really unlocking anything. It's only here on the stream where I'm like, yeah, I should focus just, like, a little. But yeah, we're gonna have to see how far I get as far as challenges go. But the algorithm has been rewarding me for playing Binding of Isaac. So I ain't gonna complain about that. So I'm gonna use this time to unlock all this stuff I haven't been. My two most impressive achievements are Godhead and Sacred Orb. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. But no, I keep hearing about Godhead. That much I'm familiar with. Sacred Orb is a name that sounds like I should have already seen it by now. But there's so much stuff in here, I kind of doubt it. My condition has changed. I have 241 hours. Oh my god. Oh man, I don't want to see how... 670 hours. So... And this is not counting this is not counting my Nintendo 3DS numbers. Which has got to be a few hundred more. My condition has changed a bit. There are 3 that I know of, 4 if I count myself as a part of my OSDD, but one of them is just nothing basically. Okay, but yeah, I think you should count yourself. It's okay to think of like a primary or like front. I don't have OSDD, but even in how I process things, I consider myself a primary. And then like my thoughts and feelings spread across separate Matthews. You have to get all completion marks on hard mode as the Lost. Oh, that's another one of the things on my to-do list. It's just there's no like super focused, easy way to get that damn missing poster. I'll say that I think 240 hours is a lot for me because I was playing Base Rebirth. Oh. And you don't have this on the Switch. You're playing strictly on PC, which is fun. Like, that's the funniest thing about my career with this is I have been almost 100%. Like, the first time I played this, I believe it was on PC. But that was, like, at a friend of a friend's house. But, like, all of my playing has been on Nintendo handhelds. And Sacred Orb is Beast as Tainted Lost. Oh, goddamn. Hey, the OSD dude is back. Where is he? He is. I thought it was vertical, but maybe it's. He's on one of my YouTube ones. I'm not sure. I think it's horizontal. I'm found Brimstone on floor 2, but I'm playing Judas, so I'm crying with my knees on my chest. Oh my god, it wasn't showing your chats here in OBS. I had to come over here. Let's see. I missed that one. My bad. I'd recommend blue slot machines. They pay out with trinkets usually. Oh, you're right. And then I saw something talking about an item called Mom's Box that generates trinkets, which would be great and definitely help. Hey, Anon, we found you this time. See, I wasn't lying when I said there were two. Just get good. That is the answer. But the other part of it is also get good luck, which really just means get good at keep on trying. I hate that you can't reply directly to people in. Really? It seems like basic functionality. Really goes to show like how YouTube is not chatting first. Just don't get hit, then you don't have to worry. That is my biggest problem, honestly, is getting hit. I've had plenty of perfectly good runs that are just like thrown away because my reflexes flexed in the wrong direction. Boop, 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 boo, doo, doo, doo. Okay, so I got a lot of hearts over here if I ever really need them. When you click their name, all you can do is report or block. You don't want to do either of them. Ultra hard sucks, dude. I lost that Guppy's head run. Damn. That's tough to do. You're like OP when you're. Try again. Oh, okay. Not the hugest win, but we will go with it. Okay. Finally unlocked Rock Bottom. Damn. I don't know if I can have Rock Bottom. It's amazing how I have 670 hours, but like, because I've been so unfocused, I've got a ton of shit that's not unlocked yet. I unlocked Rock Bottom as soon as I got Repentance. I might have unlocked it. I'm guessing it's the name of a type of floor, right? Open up. Okay. Birthright later. Birth. It's an item. Okay. They should add that, actually. Rock Bottom as its own floor. Oh. I didn't think it'd be an item. It really do be sounding like a place. Rock Bottom is an item that prevents your stats from going down at all. Fuck, I could have used that just now when I just tanked the shit out of my luck. Damn. Rock Bottom is a quality 4 item that makes it so your stats cannot be lowered. Unlocked by Boss Rush with Jacob. And I don't know if I've unlocked Jacob. All right, we're gonna get a lot of things fixed about my save file here, and I'm on Nintendo Switch, so it's not like I can install a new save file that I downloaded from somewhere. I gotta get this ish the real way. Oh, thank you for following Soap Butter 2. I appreciate you. See, the algorithms are rewarding me for playing only one game multiple times. My ADHD and variety was not being rewarded. It's so weird. Let a guy play Pokemon also. That I mean 670 hours. Obviously I love this game. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Jacob and Esau, so prepare to suffer. Apparently I'm already followed. I don't remember being here. Your name sounded familiar, but it definitely time has passed. So I was like, yeah, he must be new. He's acting new. It's Azazel, so I assume he, but maybe not. I forgot how far does Afterbirth Plus go in terms of gameplay? Like, doesn't have Beast? I forget. Yeah, me too. The Mulligan's definitely a taker. Can y'all hear my fan on the mic at all? Is that an issue with anyone? For anyone? And Jacob and Esau are probably the second hardest to play in T-Boy. Why? Also, it's so funny having a largely trans male audience and then saying T-Boy. I hear our dishwasher more than your fan. Well, that's good. Because I need this fan for not dying of heat. So Mother and Beast are the two new completion marks in all tainted characters. Oh. Well, it's all reverse cards and character souls. Damn. And do I want to go? Where's all? They have a Dogma U2's figure, and I kind of love it. Which Dogma? I'm gonna need specifics. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure which Dogma you're speaking of. Fucking Isaac isn't okay. No, this game's very much about Isaac not being okay. Also, yep, I blew the run. Why Dogma of all characters? Dogma from Isaac. I was hoping to find a loose one. Somehow the loose figure was more than the one in the box? What the fuck? What kind of lunatic? Dogma. What are these results? Dogma. Isaac. Oh my god. Yeah, the static thing is very nice. Yes, I support this. I support this. Ooh. Yes. Yes. How much? Dogma is a kind of cool boss. I forgot about. Maybe I fought one? I don't know. The irony of you saying trans male audience. Yeah, I'm trans. Sorry, my largely trans audience. Which has been awesome. High five. It's like, for me, it just means that I'm, like, mission accomplished. -25 is crazy. I can't lie. Yeah, that's the peril of streaming while playing Isaac, is that I've definitely felt like in times when playing Isaac, I need to lock in and all of my brain needs to be aimed at dodging these projectiles. Oh, this is, I mean, it's fun and all, but can't keep it. Oh, come on. All right, whatever. You have never fought Dogma. Gotcha. I must have only seen footage. I've got a very visual memory. So I'm like, if I have it in the visual archive, I'm like, where the hell? But I probably saw it in like a trailer or something, or someone else's playthrough. I probably saw Cam or Caden play it. Mission accomplished, acquired trans audience. Yes. Excellent. On Gmail as an alternative to Gmail. I'm not trans male. See, okay. Yeah, I'm really happy about it. It's like, yay, the people who need acceptance right now are feeling accepted. I'm just being myself and y'all are here. This is great. Okay, the reason I'm decent at this game is because I play it in between playing Silksong. Yeah, I've not played Silksong outside of like a little bit of demo. I know it's good, and I know there's a certain... It has similarities to Isaac in ways. I just haven't been able to pick it up yet. I gotta get the awesome figure of the character who represents televangelism. Which one is that, Caden? My memories tend to burn, and I have no idea why. Whenever I try to remember something, it's just a huge blur, or it doesn't make sense. I wonder if, like, you were seeing partially through the perspective of those other, not quite alters, but others in you? And so, like, you're sort of trying to squint through someone else's eyes? So I'm already locked in. Achievement unlocked. Be a good person. Hell yes. Basic human decency. We should not have to get this excited about it, but dear God. The bar is in hell. Look at the president. Jesus. Dogma law. Oh, dogma is supposed to be televangelism. That makes perfect sense. I hadn't put that together. My identity is something weird to the point where I'm not sure if I can even label myself a trans woman. It's just complex. Well, then you're questioning or queer, and that's fine. Yeah. And Nate here it's got 23 people in there. Primarily identifies as trans mask, but obviously travels around to whatever the fronting altar is. Let me know if I got any of that incorrect. Oh, for the love of God. Okay. Those spiders stress me out. I'm a creature who does not deserve... What? A non-burner 3392. Let me hug you. You are a creature who does deserve gender identity. You have earned it. You did not have to earn it. You simply are. You do not have to earn your humanity. You simply are. You simply are. And, like, technically you don't even need gender identity. Just abandon all gender and embrace humanity, or embrace personhood if you want to get beyond the physical. Me going back and forth between trans woman and demigirl. What's the difference? Demigirl's an interesting one. I feel like there's a lot of femboys who would fit demigirl, or at least my current uninformed perception of it. Nate is trans mask, but yeah, we all have our own identities. Identify closer to a cis man stuck in the body of a trans man. Interesting. I didn't know about the cis man in a trans man's body thing. That's complicated. Oh my God. I'm notoriously bad at this boss. Get distracted with these little things. There's so many of them. Settling on a gender identity in this economy? Making a decision? Thank God I have so many. Okay. And to adapt for that, thank God I had all those bombs. Earlier I was like, oh, I don't know about this. Okay, yeah, this is an easy pickup. Settling on a gender identity in this economy. When you could be wearing so many clothes that save so much money. Let me change your perspective on time. I was born in 2011 and I'm 15 years old. That's about what we thought. Yeah, we're so in the sense of where does this factor? It goes a lot deeper than that. It's shifting, but usually feminine identities, but it's never even the same feelings. Abstract emotions hardly even feel the same. So you're shifting between feminine identities and experiencing a range of emotions all over the place. It's like you're looking through the perspectives and all the facets and feeling everything, which is overwhelming for sure, but it sounds like a superpower. Just wanting to exist is crazy conceptually. What's crazy is like just being born with that and then being like, you're a genetic necessity, huh? Wanting to exist. I went from gender fluid to bigender to demi-boy to non-binary to agender to to libra-masculine. I've never heard of that one. And finally, a trans man who sometimes likes to use neo-pronouns. Which ones are your preference, neo-pronouns-wise? Also, that's a hell of a journey. That's a lot of Pokemon evolution states. It's because 2011 was 15 years ago. Okay. Like, so we're not really, I mean, your age isn't really, time sucks, years fly for no reason. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you had COVID like right in the middle of all that. You have to understand that you did have experienced an abnormal period. Like, that was weird for everybody. That was weird historically. Time sucks, years fly for no. 1996 was last century and also 30 years ago. 1986 was last century and also 40 years ago. But I do not feel 40. I feel like a highly advanced 5-year-old trying to figure out how all this time passed. 2020 was certainly a year. And then the next 2 years, and then it's affected personally my perception of time ever since. I hate this configuration. I always struggle with it. Okay. Okay, come on. Okay, thank God some help. Okay. I think it started my mental burnout really, or was a huge contribution to it. Leaving me alone with my thoughts made me think a lot of things. Yeah, it's for a lot of people, it was their first experience with something like approaching solitary confinement, or even just being forced into quiet spaces or solitude. Yeah. And solitude, forced solitude, is technically considered a form of torture. And we were all just required to do it out of sheer biological necessity so we wouldn't die. But gonna have its negative impacts. Okay, I cannot keep up with this fool's... Come here. Come here. Just redeemed hydrate. Thank you. Highly advanced 5-year-old is a vibe. I feel like I shouldn't be raising two 16-year-olds and two 5-year-olds because I'm barely 8. Yeah. Yeah, 8 was another key one for me because that's when I got my Super Nintendo. There's like these really There's like, I just got a video game console, or I just got into a thing, like peaks in my perception, and then like the valleys are like the bad times. Like I don't remember that shit unless I have to or accidentally. And so I'll often measure those peaks of joy, and they're often attached to video games and video game consoles. I'm autistic, so I cannot decide on my gender. You think your second guessing is bad? I second guess before I guess originally. I think it's just fun to have quantum gender and just do whatever you want whenever you want. Isn't that? I mean, that seems like one of the joys of being like non-binary and gender fluid, androgynous. Just like do whatever the hell. You're a human being. You're like humanity first. I'm not 8, I'm like 25, but still feels weird. Yeah, but you still feel that 8-ness in you. And you're just like, there's that like moment where you're like, people expect adult things of me and I have to do adult stuff. But I'm just 8. What the hell? I like noun self pronouns like creature or ghost as pronouns. They're directly linked to my autism and how I view my own gender. Creature. I do love calling you the autism creature, so that's good. Ghost is a surprising one. I do love the idea. After all, what is the psyche if not a ghost? And what is the body if not just a shell for that ghost? But my main pronouns generally are he, him, and I do still sometimes like it/its. As a clown, I would have thought you would like he/he, but I've had a lot of things wrong with me. I had the rarest mental illness at one point in my life. What was it? Ghost? Is that a Hollow Knight reference? I can't remember anything until I was like 9 or 10 years old. Whoa, that's rough. Because I remember a lot prior to that, from at least 4 on. What happened? Ghost, is that a Hollow Knight reference? Lol, this gender is brought to you by Hollow Knight. It isn't. I just like ghosts. Beautiful coincidence. Oh, ad. Yeah, sorry. Like, comment, and subscribe. Twitch subscriptions get you no ads. That's where I say Twitch Turbo also gets you no ads, but Twitch subscriptions, I get at least 55% of that Twitch subscription. So if you want to support me directly, Twitch subscriptions are the best way to pump up that visibility and support me. While having no gender identity seems great, is the constant vacuum, despair, pain, fear, and identity issues, assuming you want to have gender identity and don't want to have any at all. Yeah, you're contending with the issue. You're wrestling with it. You haven't come to terms with it. You're in the process of that. It is unbaked pizza. You're working on the dough right now. Like it's painful, but like if you zoom out and then look at just like history and the general human experience, like this struggle, you are like, it is normal for you to feel this, and you will sort this out, and you don't have to go through it alone, and you will get through it. Which, man, I wish I had someone to tell me that at any point. I just want to be femme without the social part of transitioning. You just show up. Just show up as femme. Just be you. Just immediately. You have to transition. They don't. Just kidding. They do have to transition, but like, you don't need to wait for them. I had mild Capgras syndrome for a 6-month period. Pronounced Capgras. Delusion or Capgras syndrome is a psychiatric disorder in which a person holds a delusion. Oh, right. Yes. And it is Capgras. Yeah, Capgras. Yeah. Holds a delusion that a friend, spouse, parent, other close family member, or pet has been replaced by an identical imposter. It is named after Joseph Capgras, the French psychiatrist who first described the Capgras delusion is classified as a delusional misidentification syndrome, a class of beliefs that involves the misidentification of people, places. Cases in which patients hold the beliefs that time has been warped or substituted. Interesting. So it's like an identification hiccup in the brain, but it manifests in a way that feels like a horror movie. But I'm still not even there yet. So are you still like mask presenting? If I was trans, I'd identify as a laugh because I have a stutter, so I'd be a him. That's better than the one that I did. Or a T/he. That also would have been better because of the trans thing. T/he. I thought my mother had changed, that she was actually something inhuman, that she was not to be trusted. She was not the same person she had ever been, leading me to completely strain that relationship, stop talking to her, become afraid of her, be comfortable to be around her. This hurts me a lot as a son who only ever had his mother. That sounds like a hellish nightmare. It's an extremely rare condition. I'm not sure what went wrong in my brain for that to happen. Misidentification thing is interesting, but I'm glad it didn't last. Yeah, the fact that it happened at all is heinous, but the fact that it was 6 months only is a blessing. It was horrifying. Every day felt wrong. Dude, that's hell. That's hell. So glad that's over. How long ago was that? Jesus. I wonder what caused that. I would like to share this post I found. A good boy, good girl. What if your partner is non-binary? Employee of the month. Good NB is what some people like. Yeah, we think we were talking about that. But yeah, I do like that post, lol. Good job, agent. Now head to the extraction point. Good asset, good fleshling, good exorcist, good varlet. Now, good varlet. Now kill some heretics. Oh my god. Good soldier. Nice work, soldier. Yeah, still mass presenting. Gotcha. Eventually you'll get there. Heard it can take years, but you can make leaps and get there. It was around 7 months or so ago. Wow, that is not that long ago, but it makes sense. It makes sense. You were going through puberty. Puberty is hell on the body and the psyche. Do I want dead Blacktooth? I mean, I'm holding it, but do I want it? Okay. Please. Ah. Okay. Well. Curious. Ooh, glass eye. Okay. We're back up and running, boys. Actually, I think I just want to beat the boss. That way, if I need to use... That way, if I need to use the dice, maybe by the time I get back to... the item room, it'll have recharged if I need it. I can't even dress up privately because I live with people that don't support and have mental control over me. I'm so sorry. I hope you're able to get out of there as soon as is reasonable. Especially if this is what you've grown up with. I grew up in a house with an abusive stepfather who was just generally bigoted and foolish and violent. And it wasn't until I was like 22 that I could get the hell out of there. So I wish you were very merry, living somewhere else as soon as is feasible. Goathead Pog, didn't you take Goathead? Did I not grab it? Oh wait, did I miss it? Did I just like walk past it like a fool? I started thinking about I started dissociating about my past. Thought I grabbed it. Yeah. Okay. I didn't see it. I didn't see Goathead. Usually associated with schizophrenia, but I don't have schizophrenia. My brain just turned against her, and I'll never understand why. I'm doing better now, and our relationship is healed a little. Most important is that you not take it as a personal failing or as a moral failing at all, because we don't get to choose what our body does during puberty. If we could, we would not have gone. Puberty would not have gone the way it went for almost all of us. It would have been much more pleasant. Unless you should go angels. Yeah, this is an angels run. I'm trying to get to Mega Satan and I need them keys. But yeah, don't feel guilt or shame over that period. You didn't choose that. Less than 0.12% of people ever suffer from Capgras syndrome, apparently. I'll be damned. Nothing to do with puberty. Most cases are in the elderly. What the hell is going on? I wouldn't discount puberty as a factor. Especially because you're telling me that like you suddenly had a disorder that mostly occurs in elderly people. But I am also not elderly, so I have no idea anymore. Yeah, if anything could randomly cause bizarre out of nowhere body changes at that time period, it would be puberty, or like post puberty, which is still puberty, but like when it's, you know, not necessarily calming down. But yeah, I'll take Aquarius. I have autism and ADHD. I can't exist without some random bullshit online. And I'm like, yeah, really? Wait, you really want what? Autism? You can't exist without some random bullshit online. Like just something in general that's cool online, or like having something online playing at all times. Because I'm very much that second person. Yeah, I don't have the keys to bother with that. Storeroom, anything, fam. I absolutely encourage your journey into femininity. Sucks that you can't even express yourself privately. My gender sucks because I want someone to tell me what to be. I cannot live without someone there to help me. I mean, can someone tell you to be yourself? Can someone tell you to just, like, can someone do it without doing it? In essence, look here, look there, find it there. I had violent tendencies when I was around 13. I won't ever stop feeling guilty for the way I treated others then. That shit's rough. You don't choose that kind of behavior. And yeah, that's the puberty zone. And also the middle school zone. Middle school is almost universally awful. There's no concept of myself. I've lost that. This is like Isn't that ego death? Isn't this like part of enlightenment and finding the self? I know it's rough and confusing, but you might be like on a cool journey right now. I don't know what myself is. Be yourself or else I will bring you harm. No, not harm. Not harm. More like be yourself, discover yourself, because I can't tell you who to be. I can help you identify who you are, but I can't tell you who to be. No, it's being numb and stunted. In what way? Ooh, the leash. I don't have any familiars to help. This has definitely been a light on familiars run. Boom, 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 boom. Get. Okay. Okay, we have a key. We are racing back to the item room to get in there. Is it self-harm if it's someone hurting me? Oh. Excellent. Okay. Is it self-harm if it's hurting me? If it's someone hurting me, but I want them to hurt me? Oh, that really depends. Hold on. Is it self-harm if it's someone hurting me, but I want them to hurt me, but I just keep staying with them and depend on that person over and over, knowing they hurt me and loving that they hurt me? Yes. That's still self-harm. Yeah, I'm trying to run that through the simulations and figure out where it's not self-harm. But when you're perpetuating a negative situation, even if you love it, like, that's self-harm. Like, you could be mutilating yourself and having the time of your life and be fully consenting and just be absolutely giddy with no regrets, but it's still self-harm. It's still self-destruction. And if you're giddy in your self-destruction, like, you really need to question, like, truly what you're wanting out of life and for yourself. I feel nothing generally whenever it's not pain or despair, it's nothing. I just like being treated that way. God, I sound like a freak. No, you don't sound like a freak. Feels like you have needs that are going to get you into dangerous situations. Even if both parties were like somehow healthily doing this, I feel like something's gonna go wrong by accident eventually. God, I sound like a sexual deviant. Well, there's nothing wrong in being a sexual deviant. I mean, as long as it's not obviously involving the many severely fucked up situations. Yeah, we need consent. We need enthusiastic consent. I don't even mean it sexually. It's just something. Yeah. Yeah, just your existence. You need it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that is something you should accept in yourself or something you should grow past. I feel like for your own safety, it's something that you should defy. It's like something you should not go with the flow with. Because it's going to get you hurt. At least I have my music. Oh my God, you just subscribed with... Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Azazel the Fallen Bagel. I was just about to read your stuff. Thank you. That's so sweet. God bless the jam brimstone. At least I have my music playlist with over 150 songs on it. Hell yeah. I need help with what? Is it self-harm if I use a different kind of knife? Yes. Yes. Unless you're using Occam's razor, in which case you're fine. Unless Occam's razor is a name you gave an actual physical razor, in which case you still cannot use it. It is enthusiastic consent. I like it when they do that to me. I mean, I just worry about you getting hurt, and I don't know where you would draw the line on that for yourself, if anywhere. Like, I don't know if, like, this sounds like something where you're gonna have to find your limits by accident, depending on how enthusiastic your consent is and how freewheeling you decide to be about it. I'm not gonna kink shame, but I am gonna advocate for safety and sanity. Because, I mean, as long as the organism is functioning healthily and is properly enriched, and there's enthusiastic consent, and no one's getting, like, I don't know, like, it's just like an open door to things going awry, and that's all I'm worried about. Like, girl, get whatever floats your boat, whatever melts your butter, but just make sure you can come out of it safe and sane. On the thing about music, I have a playlist with around 190 songs. 187, damn. What about someone else's knife? Still a problem. And now you're just involving someone else in your crime, and the police are gonna look at them. It's bad. Just don't self-harm. And I know sometimes that's not really a feasible command to execute on. But just please don't. And if you do, across, not down the street. Don't do anything that will cause long-term lasting damage. Please seek mental health services. Call your local suicide hotline. What if I use my cat? I mean, now your cat's an accomplice. That cat's gonna get away with it. I don't know. I don't approve. I don't support it. But that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. That doesn't sound fun. I stop whenever I want them to stop, or if I get overwhelmed. It isn't really a kink. It brings me emotional pleasure, not sexual pleasure. I'm a very not suicidal person. I don't want it to be that severe. I mean, we're kind of looking at like a degradation. Kink, I guess, is not the word. It just makes you happy, but I guess being a little bit of an emotional masochist. I don't know. This has never been me, because I was viciously verbally abused as a child, so the last thing I want, and it's the last thing I want to dish out. Unless it's their kink. But even then, I'd have my limits, and then I'd probably experience dom drop, where I'd be like, oh my god, that's so sad. Look what I've done. But like, I'm glad that they stop, and that if you feel overwhelmed, you pause. Yeah. You're not a horrible person or a freak. Slightly more in danger than the average, I would think, but that also seems to be part of the point. So I support you and your safety first and foremost. And like, you're also young. This might be a lifelong thing. It might not be a lifelong thing. Either way, it's fine. It makes me feel like I have my place, like I love being there. I love belonging in that position. I like it when I feel a little helpless, even though realistically it is probably safe. It's entirely safe in this scenario anyways. Yeah, it's there's a lot of things. Look, I say this as someone who's put people in that position. It is nice to make them feel safe. It is just interesting how they get there. Whereas, like, my instinct is to, like, be kind, respectful, loving, not an asshole. Never mistreat. Maybe be a mischievous little goober at worst. Oh, health down, you son of a... Pretty fly, okay. Infested, not bad. Full health. Kind of a spit in the face after losing a heart, damn you. And for the record, I figured this. And for the record, we are the same age. They are not some older person. They are fine. Nothing is really wrong. Thank you for clarifying that. I was a little concerned, like, as a factor, but I'm glad that we're keeping it parallel age-wise. Abuse is where I feel at home. Yeah, unfortunately, that's a natural consequence of growing up in an abusive environment. I'm really sorry that you have to deal with that. It is something that is best outgrown for the sake of your nervous system. Might take it might take ages, might take years, might take a lifetime. I don't know. And you may not even want to get rid of it. You may be like, actually, I'm fine with it. But you know, I hope abuse stops feeling like home for you one day. They're not really a lover either, more just difficult attachments. It's just comfortable, I guess. Gotcha. Sort of convenient, and you don't have to look for something new. There's nothing wrong with comfort and safety. Oh, come on, no key. I come all this way, no key. Oh, oh. Give me keys or give me death. Your death. Not you, the audience. All these little skella guys. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking. Bro, imagine if someone redeemed singing voice for this conversation. Oh my god, no one's done that one yet. That's... oh man. I'm gonna be wheezing. Oh, okay. I don't want that. I don't know what that is, but I'm taking it. Play-Doh cookie. Oh, yes. Okay. Now we're cooking with very strange gas. I don't have any... almost said grenades. I don't have any bombs. Would be my guess. Oh, I love my rainbow trail. I love Play-Doh cookie. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love any of the rainbow ones. The $3 bill. Oh shit. Okay. I got one heart, though. I'm always like, well, the run's almost over. Whenever I'm down to one heart. Please. Ow, 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 shit balls. Nope, nope. Oh, evasive maneuvers. Okay, I've got hearts I can get. I just need to go back. Oh, shit. There's still... Okay, there we go. This gas is shit, Batman. This gas is shit, Batman. Oh, this is open. Okay. Tears up. I'll take it. Hopefully this was not a bad idea. I think it was worth it. Oh. Little Cookie and Aquarius is a crazy synergy. Is it? I didn't even think about just redeem stretch. Oh, shit. Okay. Question is it really abuse if I like it? No. Up until the point where, like, it crosses a line. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, now I'm going to do a more serious stretch. Hydrate. Thank you. Do a big stretch. Hold on, I got to do some long-ass lunges. Other direction. I don't want to do standing desk as well, but stay fresh. Thanks, man. Nice to see someone trying to help out the new people to this game. It took me about 563 hours just to get my first tainted character. Thank you, Mr. Cheesy. I unfortunately am at 670 hours with no tainted characters. But that's because most of my hours are from playing Afterbirth, the original Which One version of this game. So, and then I didn't know anything about the tainted characters. I just updated and kept playing Isaac. I'm await in ban, pausing, or dying. Oh, that's devastating. I've been thinking about top surgery a lot today. Good. I've just been thinking about that whole process and having to heal. What's been on your mind about it? One of the interesting things that I learned from someone that I went on a date with, but they were an NB who had just gotten top surgery, and it was just that interesting, like, trying to fit back in their own skin, relearning their body and the way it moved. It was just interesting. Sort of have to get readjusted. Like, you got kind of like break in a new chest. There's this, I'm not sure if it's one of my alters. I'm not familiar with most of them. It's a void. It feels nothing. It has no emotions. It never does anything. It doesn't have a personality. It doesn't have thoughts of its own. Interesting. Your psyche sort of just has like a place of total neutrality. I think that's probably a place that your psyche can visit. Like, these times when your memory is blurred or maybe you've lost memory. That might be one of the places that you go. That might be Dissociation City right there. Completely understandable. I gotta say though, something that definitely caused my downfall for a bit on getting tainted characters, that I didn't realize you could take a trinket with you and drop it into the room. And if you drop it and ascend on the next floor, it turns into a key fragment. What? That's huge. With you and drop it into the... What? It's wild. I did not know that. Thank you. Take a trinket with you and drop it into the room, and if you drop it and ascend on the next floor, it turns into a key fragment. That's sick. You have to ascend. Okay. I don't mean it's boring. I mean it is nothing devoid of anything that makes life life. Yeah, that sounds like a full disconnect. It's just, I guess you're is it death? Hold on, scrolling up. I've been thinking about bottom because I don't like my D. Yeah. Whether or not to have bottom surgery really varies from person to person and their needs. But I can see being trans femme and like being just so upset at all that equipment, having to deal with it. Yeah, that's I kind of feel like one of the reasons I know I'm a cis man, because the idea of having that type of bottom surgery sends a level of shudders through my body that I cannot fully express. I'm scared of surgery, and I'm scared of the being in pain and having to take care of myself after the surgery. If I was there, if you're here, I'll definitely help you. The pain's not going to be fun. There are painkillers, both oral and anesthetic, topical. But yeah, being scared of surgery is normal. Even like this being like technically, you know, non, like it's not like getting into your torso organ surgery, but it's on top. It's on top. It's plenty of, yeah, scary. That's good considerations. Yeah. That works on any trinket in any boss room. I'll be damned. I didn't know that. I gotta do that. Well, Jonathan gave me my turn. It's in music. Oh. What happened in the old... Oh. We shall give this a listen. I don't know what this is. We will have to give this a listen later. You know how I am with music. It's a very high risk of making me cry. By the way, Tainted Azazel is so weird but fun to play. The Tainted Sneeze. What's it like? That's so fair. I'm lucky that Packers exist, and I'll probably see if it works for me or not. Yeah, the surgery to add one is also kind of crazy. But fortunately, manhood, despite many people think, is not defined or limited to those who have the genitalia. Otherwise, burn victims, like what? You're gonna... A firefighter has a horrible genitalia burn, no longer has anything there, and you're gonna call that person less of a man? I do not think so. Let's see. I'm trans feminine, and I know that I am, but the idea of having that organ instead makes me very uncomfortable. Interesting. It really varies from person to person as to whether or not they're willing to get bottom surgery. It has been the most variable factor I've seen with amongst trans people. Top surgery is almost universally like a go from what I've seen. Yes, not having anyone to help is the worst after any surgery. Absolutely. Gender affirming surgery isn't painful. It's mostly just intense discomfort. Really? Okay. But intense discomfort, that can still drive you crazy. That's still suffering. Sigh, ads while I'm on my phone. Oh, dang it. I fully understand. I had appendicitis recently. Somehow managed to keep my appendix. You had appendicitis? First of all, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Very painful generally. Um, but I'm impressed that you were able to keep it. I'm glad that they're starting to let people keep it. The idea of it being completely vestigial is going away. Phalloplasty and vaginoplasty. I'm not sure about top surgery. Phalloplasty and vaginoplasty. I like to call it the addictomy. Phalloplasty. The addictomy. Matthew, I'll be back. Just don't forget what you're saying right now. Oh, no. Welcome back. Hopefully you caught some of what I said. Let's see. What went unresponded to for you, Caden? Let me know. Oh, he will. We all know this. Oh, damn it. ADHD. Being trans either way sucks, but it really sucks that you would have to have 2 surgeries to get your body the way you want it instead of 1 in HRT. Yeah. Yeah. And the expense. It doesn't help that the medical system in this country is generally busted. It varies from state to state, but it's generally busted. But yeah, I'm hoping that, like, here in Colorado, a lot of that stuff is covered, so that the cost is really mitigated. But yeah, 2 surgeries minimum to get your body the way you want it, and then there's other stuff you got to do. It's not a very emotional song, honestly, Matthew. It's from a musical he performed as that character back in the day. I'm gonna need more specifics. I'm very suspicioso. Manhood is having your honor, not having your dick, and usually a chromosome thing, but not always. Sometimes you're just a dude, and you're like, that's what I feel. Sometimes manhood is just feeling like a dude. I remember when I had my treatments for appendicitis, I would sit on the curb for about an hour before anyone would chill up. I'd just be happy, but that's just me. That is peaceful. That just sounds peaceful. Most times when you go in for surgery, you don't remember anything afterwards, and that's the beauty of it. Oh man, that is the best. It's just scary, like, will I wake up? It is really painful, but the way I'm honest, I work at a liquor store, so I'm more distraught mentally than I am physically. Well, that's good. So you're still working. They smash a hole in me, eh? They don't smash a hole in you. They artfully carve a hole into you and then stitch it all up. I caught a little. I'm just nervous about going into surgery and then coming out and being in pain. Yeah, that's going to be rough. But, like, ideally, you'll have someone there to help you. If you come out here, obviously, you'll have me here to help you with all the stuffs. Being in pain is no fun, but it is just sort of a requirement of this hurdle. Not a comfy one or a pleasant one, but you'll have options for painkillers. You'll have people to help you. You'll have plushies. You'll have ice cream. You'll have whatever you need to get through that. More like cut, but ace. But yes. They cut a hole in me, eh? To keep it short, there's a lot in medical stuff that we'll most likely not understand, but that's okay, because it just makes it go a lot quicker. Yeah, just sometimes you just gotta be like, okay, I understand on a fundamental level, or maybe not, and just, you know, have faith in the doctors and science and lean in. I have a fear of IVs as well. That's fair. They're kind of... always unsettling to have something in you like that. It was rather traumatic when I got my wisdom teeth removed because the people said they would have me asleep before they put it in my arm. Interesting. So you went to sleep and then they put an IV in you? Or did they do it the other way around? I'm a little confused. Gender affirming care can be life saving, yes. It is preventative care, it prevents suicides. I know I don't mean much, but you've got this. Aw. You decide to go. You aren't alone, and you definitely got people you can message whenever you're uncertain or something. Absolutely. 100%. Hold on. Okay, hold on. I will get back to the song eventually, Collective. We do have a lot of chat going on, though. It's from Fame. It's called Let's Play a Love Scene, and it's very high school drama type thing. For most adults, it's a little cheesy. Haha. We will get to it. Thank you for the reassurances. I don't want to cry without my own consent. ADHD for real. That's funny because when you add autism to the mix, surprisingly nothing changes. ADHD and autism are just such a natural combo. And it just explains so much of erratic human behavior that's erratic, but often more whimsical and chaotic and not detrimental. Thank you. Oh, I know I've got people with me and I'll have people to take care of me. It's just a little scary. Naturally scary. I'd be scared for any surgery myself, too. I don't know what I would need or when I'd need it, but... ugh. The idea of being cut open and fiddled with and then sewed back up and then having to deal with the infections afterwards and having to prevent infections and it's rough. I've had a compound fracture before. They didn't let me keep the parts of the bone they had to remove from my flesh. Lame. They should have let you keep it. That sucks. That's cool that you had to have some removed. You're a little lighter than you were. I always have confidence in yourself and anyone around me. Aw. Hopefully they give you some pain meds. They will. Absolutely. And if you end up here in Colorado doing the transition, you'll have plenty of pain remedy options. Bottom surgery would be doubly terrible because if I did it, it would be the deepest and hardest. Yeah. I feel twinges of pain in that area just thinking about it. A lot of people think it's not worth it to remove it or deal with it. Really depends on the person. I don't know. Maybe one day you'll be okay with it, but don't pressure yourself into it. Stranger, where did you get those scars? Trans man, you know how they tell you not to run with scissors? Now I know. Oof. Oof. Damn. No, I wasn't asleep, and they put the IV in my arm while awake. Okay, but being lied to really makes that hurt so much more. Yeah. Having the IV put in the arm while you're awake is the standard. So it's something you're going to have to brace yourself for. Not really avoidable from what I know. But you can do it. You can do it. You are stronger than the IV. IVs are weird, but you surprised how quick you can get used to them. Yeah, it's the idea of having this little metal stick in my arm or hand is scary and gross, but I mean, they work. It's just a really foreign alien feeling. Needles scare the hell out of me. Hate them. Yeah, I grew up with that. I was a terror until I was like 13. There was a lot of kicking and screaming whenever they had to do anything with needles. Despite saying they wouldn't do that. Yeah, that's the worst part, is the lie. And then having the bait and switch on you at the last minute before you're about to do a procedure you're already nervous about. Oh God. I'm so sorry. But it sucks because for me, the wisdom teeth was my favorite dental procedure because I hate dentistry. But one that I just like, I just go to sleep and wake up and it's done was peak. Yes, that's fine, Matthew. Okay, thank you, Annabelle. We just got a hop in chat. You know, as much as I give other people confidence and try to encourage others, a wolf in sheep's clothing. I like helping others, but when it comes down to it, I'd rather just be alone in my room watching my favorite TV show. I mean, I spend most of my time indoors, either alone or with a close circle of friends and family. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, it's a quieter, more peaceful life, which you can recharge, and you can help yourself, you can help others, you just have more energy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's the gaydar, but what about the transmometer? The transmometer, the transdar. Oh, a fellow Coloradan. Oh, yeah, nice. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm out here in Aurora, Colorado. I won't get too much more specific. I grew up, oh, here's slightly more specific, but I grew up nearish Buckley Air Force Base. Compound fractures are so horrible. In case you don't know, a compound fracture is when the bone stabs through the flesh after breaking. That's the worst. How'd you get that? Like, the bone is visible. The worst. Ugh. And yet, it's what I do to chicken wings every single time. Go big or go home mentality. Go big. Wha-bam. Not going home. The first thing I remember saying after waking up from the wisdom teeth was saying, "It still hurts while crying," referencing the IV. That's so rough. And like, if you do it here in Colorado, like, I'm gonna be there, like, for you after surgery as much as possible, making sure you don't have to go through shit alone. I just want to have the most realistic one. Oh. There's a reason for that. When you're asleep, your heartbeat is relatively slower, meaning that it not only does it not pump as fast, but there's a lot more room for error. Oh my God. I had not thought of that. That's rough. Just more room for arrhythmia there. Makes sense. My medical history is a whole mess. I've been to the ER 11 times in my entire life at 15. Damn, boy. What's been going on? Yeah, you got a lot of rough genetic dice rolls there. Like, if your parents are surprised that you're trans, like it's clear medically there's a lot going on here. Like, it's honestly should be one of the least problematic. Like, it's like, oh shit, yeah, that's not on you, let's get you transitioned. Shouldn't be some moral hubbub. Also, the the wisdom teeth was interesting for us. We were mostly just tired and told everyone we loved them. Aw, that's so sweet. I'm glad that that's what happened. I've seen some videos of people who say insane shit after wisdom teeth when they're still coming out of the anesthesia. The lie is confuse you, but also to slightly raise your heart. You're great. More circulation equals better distribution. Thank God. Autocorrect, basically they scare you to get your heart rate faster, so it goes through you faster. What the fuck? That's wild. I cried the entire time. I honestly didn't feel thirsty until my mom gave me water on the ride home. That's so heartbreaking. You must have felt so betrayed. Betrayed and violated with the IVs. Ugh. I'm in North Glen. Oh. I don't get up there much. I think I have some friends that are up there. I may have lived up there once. That was like ages ago. Yeah, cool to have a fellow Coloradan. It's a lovely state. That's where I grew up. I'm happy to be here. I live in Lorette, Manitoba, Canada. I say this because I live in Manitoba and I know nobody wants to come here. Why does nobody want to come there? I can't remember where Manitoba is, but I'm guessing it's in some of the colder, more northern regions. Freak accident involving a Ford F-150. Damn. Ugh. Car accident. That's rough. Well, I'm glad you made it out okay. Aside from the compound fracture, that's walking away pretty scot-free overall. Be right back. Goodness. Okay. Only 11 times. The collective over here flexing their hospital record. God gave me breathing issues. God, a lack of an immune system. Good Lord. And around 11 severe mental health conditions. Ugh. The rough set of dice rolls. I wonder what caused it. How old was your dad when you were conceived? I keep hearing that that's an issue. Tried to be a medical student. Well, you're only... Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Different person. I tried to be a medical student, then I failed and dropped out, and then ironically got a job at a liquor store, which pays me a lot more than I thought. Hate to say it. I mean, you could still be a medical student if you saved up for it and such, but really depends on where you at and what you want. You're recovering health-wise, so I imagine give yourself some time before you throw yourself at education. The stress alone could impact your ability to recover. Motor and drug capital of Canada. I was like, oh, like Detroit is the motor capital of America. And you're like, nope. Dang, autocorrect. Murder and drug capital of Canada. Damn. Well, I'm glad that you've made it this far without being murdered. I don't know where you are on the drug thing, but I hope those don't take you either. I think we've been to the ER for something or other about 20 to 25 times. I feel like it's been less than half a dozen for me. But that's crazy. You poor bastards. I'm back. Welcome back, Azazel the Fallen Bagel. Oh man, I want to draw. I wish I could draw so I could make the jelly brimstone. Keep in mind, I'm only 15. The number of ER visits will likely continue. Good God. Do they give, like, a punch card for you at a certain point? I really hope that this medical journey gives you as long and happy a life as possible. And just, like, don't give up on it. Just keep going. I know it's going to be a pain in the ass, but better than giving up. The mental health conditions, I fully understand. Being autistic with ADHD causes a very funny conundrum of essentially thoughts instead of one kind of like the old angel and devil situation. Besides all of this long banter, I wish everybody in the chat a good recovery. Thank you. We appreciate that, and we wish you the same. A good recovery to us all. Because it's not an easy road, but it's worth it. The causes of very essentially thoughts instead of... Yeah, I kind of have that, where there's sort of like a primary Matthew, and then all of my thoughts are spread across like various other Matthews. And so it's not angel and devil, it's just a normal like spectrum of gray and truth. I just randomly lose my ability to breathe sometimes. Just like even now, is there a way to remedy that? Ah, the 15-year-old is telling you that number. Got it. Yeah. 11 visits to the ER at 15 is rough. And there was a case where I was just coughing my lungs out for around 2 months. Doctors still don't know why that happened. Good Lord. Body is going through it. Hope this stabilizes and... Oh. Oh, thank you. I hope your health problems eventually stabilize. Or at the very least, you can win these battles. Or at least prolong your life. Which is the biggest win that we can all get. Poke you, poke, poke. Why am I getting poked? And then you were so kind. Thank you for gifting. I hurt my knee, ouch. I hurt my knee, ouch! A sub. It was so sweet of you. Thank you. Had the extra Twitch monies. I appreciate that. That way the Clowncer doesn't have to deal with ads anymore. Bless you, collective. The default. Hold on. Shout out to after my wisdom teeth removal, they didn't even give me a wheelchair to get to the car. And my mom tried to help me walk to the car while I'm wobbling around. They did that to my mom too, and I'm like a 5'5", 200-pound man, and my mom's like a 5'3", 130 less pound woman. Like, what are you doing? Help my mom. I can't. You drugged me. I say that with the context that my mom was genuinely called a medical mystery in front of me by a doctor. Wow. She's had several strokes, thousands of seizures, yet no issues. That is a medical... Your mom is invincible. Your mom's superpower is having strokes and seizures and just like, yeah, I'm tanking it. And if she can tank that, then I think I can tank that. That's a hell of a way to inspire your son. It's just like, these fucking strokes and seizures ain't shit to me. That's awesome. Wow. Yeah, your mom rules. Anyways, might migrate to Twitch soon. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's where my audience started. And the only reason I don't have YouTube chat hooked up to the Twitch thingy yet, because it's otherwise it would go way too fast on screen. I have to figure out a way to make that slow. What? This should be illegal. Yeah, the wheelchair thing, the no wheelchair thing, absolutely. The funny thing about I hurt my knee, ouch, is I ended up with severe knee pain that is still happening around like 4 days later. You came to the right place. It's a sign. Your knee hurts. His knee hurt when he made the account. Well, I do understand the gray in truth. To be more specific, I have two voices that banter at each other. My head overall, they're both kind of right, but sometimes it's hard to shut them up. Yeah, it's often very hard to quiet the mind, especially when you have an active one that can talk to itself. But yeah, I've had the internal banter thing myself. Part of that came from just being alone a lot with my thoughts. And then just developing a dialogue is a natural way to process things. But yeah, natural, normal things to do. I'm glad that you're aware of how it works. But yeah, sometimes you just need to quiet the mind and be like, guys, shut the fuck. It was so scary. I remember the many times I almost fell in the waiting room. Oh my god, that's so negligent and irresponsible of that dental surgeon to do that to y'all. Dan hammers those doctors. Banned. These strokes ain't shit. They had me dying. Just like Superman with these strokes. They can be kind of fun to talk to, though. It's weird, but sometimes I feel like a third party. That's interesting, to just lean back and like feel like you're observing a conversation in your own head from someone else. pokes the Matthew. You'd better watch the video on Streamy. I will. Annabelle has never performed publicly, and she's too polite to pester you. Poke. Well, it will happen. Don't you worry. The stream's not over, but I understand. Please feel reassured. My internal organs also have this thing where I can feel them inside me sometimes. See, I think about this sometimes because I can't. I don't have that. And that would stress me out so much to have that awareness. So you have my condolences. I know sometimes I have awareness of the fact that I have a skeleton in me and then I don't know what color it is. And that skeletons usually aren't white, that they are a variety of colors from like yellow to green to brown to red, depending on various things. Where do you even get HRT? I'm having trouble trying to find where. I think you have to be prescribed it. I could be wrong though. It just heart. Aw. Yay, thank you for understanding. It just happens sometimes. I know what my intestines feel like. Oh, that's rough. Stomach snakes. I only know what my organs feel like through the pain that I feel. Depends on where you live. We have a hormone doctor that prescribes ours. Oh, that's cool. A hormone therapist. I know what color my skeleton is because I've seen my bones. What colors? The bone was like a gray color. Oh, yeah. That's cool. You got gray bone. Closer to white. That when the sun bleaches your bones, you'll look proper spooky in the dark. It's a bit of a strange phenomenon, but it's not too uncommon to actually feel your organs inside of you. You have enough muscle control to actually forcefully move them. Don't ask how I know. Oh. The appendicitis. Ugh. That kind of physical awareness is... Ugh. Endocrinologist is that type of doctor. Thank you, Default and Company. Endocrinologist. I don't even feel pain from my organs. I just randomly feel my insides. It's wild. Distressing that you can't feel pain from your organs. That's something you should be able to detect. Not like constantly or cripplingly, but just enough to know there's a problem. Yeah, how do you get one of those? I just go to a regular doctor. Everyone can feel their heart to an extent. True. You go to your regular doctor, you talk to them about it. They give you a referral to an endocrinologist, and you go to the endocrinologist. Funnily enough, not because of the appendicitis. If I get bloated or have constipation, I can usually force my stomach muscles to compress my gut to sort of move things along. Is this how Monkey D. Luffy eats food super fast? Because he'll just go from looking like a balloon to being slim and trim with a few, with one really strong swallow. Jesus, I didn't know you could do that. Call your insurance and ask how to get one. It varies by insurance people. Sometimes you need a referral, sometimes not. We didn't need a referral. Gotcha. I'm here to start arguments. That's such a pivot. Oh my God, who was saying the moving organs thing? We do that too. That is a non-burner 3392, our OSDD. Not a burner anymore. Aw, my first ever time in a Twitch chat. Please be gentle. Ooh, of course. Possible ban of hater. No. He's allowed. She's allowed. Leave him alone. Kirby is the strongest video game character. Changed my mind. Impossible. I played Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. He's the only one who made it out of that alive. The only reason that the heroes were able to save themselves afterwards. He set them free. Kirby is our Lord and Savior. Sorry. Why did I say that? Why did you woo? I'm the same person as from the YouTube stream, just so you know. Yep, I figured. Welcome to the jungle. It looks like there's simply a feminine urge to woo. Yep, it's the baby system. Hi. Kirby is love, Kirby is life. I like how you were not able to start an argument. I was just like, no, I just factually have to agree with you. I saw him outrace the villain of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Kirby really could be the most powerful thing in reality in one scenario if he were to swallow God. Oh man. Just hello, we don't bite, though I do bite myself. Oh, you and the collective both nom yourselves. I don't really do that unless I'm trying to stay awake. I'm trying to fight the sleepiness. I will like, or like dig my nails into my leg. Like, stay awake. I swear I did the uwu ironically, I swear. Uwu, owo, rar, XD, lol. Pounce curls up in your lap. We don't bite much. We don't bite without consent. He has swallowed gods, plural. He swallows Monkey D. Luffy. And swallows Madoka and becomes truly powerful. I've bitten myself before just to know what my skin tastes like. It really varies. But it doesn't taste like much. Before I forget, since we have this moment, we're gonna watch the collective's video. Hold on. I don't know if we have. Oh, wait. We do have audio. My ass just needs to unmute this. My bad. I'm not sure if I'm still not sure if I'm hearing him. Okay, it's going. It's going. Okay. I can just leave it now. Are we hearing it?
And I want to say what it means to me. I'll never be the same without you. Something more than I know I never could show. How we kept right on growing. The way I know I really feel about you. The way I know I'll always feel about you. Why can't we? Why can't we? Why can't we try to play a love scene? We don't need the violence to play a love scene. When we see how love beats, find a way to start and play it from the heart. Perfect scene from a play I know. Let's play a love scene, love scene of our own. And I want to say what it means to me. How I can never be the same.
Annabelle's watching my time. Okay. She's doing great.
Something more than
The crowd is loving it.
I never could show how it kept right on growing. The way I know I really feel about you. The way I know I always feel about you. Why can't we? Why can't we? Why can't we try to play a love scene? We don't need the violence. Play a love scene. And we see how love begins. Find a way to start and play it from the heart, the perfect scene.
Oh,
Come on, play a note. Let's play
wow.
a love scene. Love scene. Our home.
Well done, Annabelle. Very sweet. Oh, got a microphone with singing. Hold up. From the way I understand, Annabelle is one of Calm Chaos Collective's alters, and was the one to sing this. Yes, that is absolutely correct. Sorry it took so long in the stream to get there. Was on a roll with the chat, but I think we found a good place to stop. And the audience was very very nice. Thank you everyone for being so polite and kind and sweet during this. I'm saying this because I've had YouTube audiences and like YouTube members who are rude as hell. So I'm really proud of this is me being really proud of the class, like not being rude during a performance. And I'm just like, I'm so happy with y'all. So thank you. I hope you have an absolutely lovely night and may things be peaceful for you. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. I'm about to scroll up for these comments, all the ones I missed. I wasn't even just being nice. It was actually pretty good. I know. I'm just like, no one was a rude asshole, and I'm so happy. You shouldn't be here when I stab my. No, none of that. No at-home bottom surgeries. To be fair, I am Canadian, and I can't lie. We are very apologetic. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Canadians can lie. I'm pretty sure my native ancestors in Canada are like, oh, they lie. Not all of them, but some of them. None of that. Bad dog is bad dog. Bad citizen. Well, let me see. What else? What did I miss during this? What did I miss? Scroll. Hold up. One example is to what ADHD feels like is imagine that you hopped on Minecraft and you hopped on, there are all blocks, and you went to another game and then you said, never mind, and then proceeded to watch anime. That's how I am when I don't have the structure of a stream or enough of a hyperfixation. I'm like hopping all over the place, and then I end up watching something, and I end up playing something while watching something. Although I recently ran out of anime, by which I mean I finished all 1,189 episodes of One Piece, and I need to look at other anime. But I like to say I ran out of anime because it's funnier that way. Often, my blood tastes like copper and it grosses me out. I hate blood. Yeah, it's unpleasant. And I don't like bleeding. It spooks me. And I hate nosebleeds. So many shirts I've lost to nosebleeds. Only if we're bleeding small bits, like if we got a paper cut. I don't see your. I don't like that my name is censored. Yeah, I don't see your name as censored. Azazel the Fallen Bagel. I see no censoring. Or is this one of the arguments you're trying to start? Whenever I bleed, sometimes I faint like a goat. I just love the I'm sorry, I just love the idea of just a full-grown person just limbs straight falling over. And I'm like, I think I know how you got all these mental disorders, just goat fainting and falling and hitting your head. It takes a toll. Hear it now, screaming and all. Sometimes screaming, yes. W voice, absolutely. 9 piano work, but for a split second I thought this. Oh, 9 piano work. Gotcha. A 9 rating for the piano work, but for a split second I thought the singing was something out of South Park. Scared the heck out of me. Why South Park? Sudden South Park singing jump scare. Nice. Vocal control is great, actually. An impressive voice range. I'm jealous. Very well done. Annabelle is a good singer. Absolutely agreed on all those points. Nice little heart emoji. Annabelle is watching, by the way, just not in front. Just imagine her peeking over the shoulder. Sing your heart out, lad. And don't let no one tell you otherwise. I don't know why I felt like it's the lad. It made me want to say it in like a pirate accent, leaning Irish. Did she do the music? No. Did he do the music? No, it's a recording, although Annabelle, did do the singing, so. Correction, the rabid masses are contentedly sustained. Oh, I don't feel super rabid these days. I feel kind of inactive. Sufficiently. Are sufficiently sustained. The way I understand, Annabelle is one of Calm Chaos Collective's alters and was the one to sing this. Correct? I admittedly do not know, for I am somewhat uncultured. The song was Fame by Love Scene. Oh. Need to look up the lyrics. Seeing my blood just makes me faint like a goat, like full unconscious. No. Not even my blood, just any blood. Hemophilia? Or is that something else? Hemophobia. Hemophilia is a blood thing in your actual body. I hope you have an absolutely lovely night, and may things be peaceful for you. Thank you again. You shouldn't be here when I stabbed myself. None of that. Wasn't even just being nice. It was actually pretty good. Correct. To be fair, I'm Canadian, and I can't lie. We are very apologetic. None of that. Bad dog, Azazel. I don't like that my name is censored. Canada is polite, not nice. Yeah, nice is not the same as kind either. Nice is a dishonest thing. Kindness is honest. Oh yeah, no, we most definitely do, but only when it comes to war. That's why we throw bombs in tin cans that look like food. Yeah, Canada was an innovator in the war crimes arena in like every war. I don't know, like I was like, I don't know why that is, and I'm like, it's because of there's less sun and more cold in Canada. It's a more intense, depressed people. I don't see your name is censored, Azazel. Ooh, dang. I know what it feels like to run out of anime to watch. There's a lot of good shows out there to watch. Yeah, I don't know where to start. That's my thing, is I'm like, okay, I've done all that One Piece. I even caught up on the manga. I'm not entirely sure where to go next. There's so many options. I saw Attack on Titan. I love Madoka Magica. I've seen Evangelion. I've seen Ranma 1/2. I've seen Love Hina. I've seen a lot. Just redeemed a posture check. Ugh. Ugh. Actually, now would just be a good time to stand. I've been sitting too long. Check your settings. It may have a filter on it. Interesting. I don't know how to respond to that, by the way. I saw it censored that time. That's weird. It's funny that you did the pirate voice, because lately I've been playing Sea of Thieves. Oh, how is it? I did it because your icon, I don't know, there's a bit of skullishness to it. There was something about it that was giving, man. Thank you. How did you know I was parched? I was genuinely as I started drinking, I was like, wait, I am dry. Um, how is Sea of Thieves? I've heard good things, but I've never played it. Yeah, when it's typed by itself, Azazel, Azazel, hell. Interesting. So Azazel, that's weird that it's censoring that. No, the song was Love Scene from Fame the Musical. Sorry. Damn it. I was like, there's a band called Love Scene. No, it was the song Love Scene from Fame the Musical. My bad. Sorry. Fun fact, the term stormtrooper was created by the Germans because they were so scared of Canadians, and I genuinely don't blame them. I don't know what in the world my ancestors were on. Holy shit. Stormtrooper, because they were so scared of Canadians. Finally, we have the apex predator to introduce to this German system of apex predators. We shall introduce the Canadian to remove the Nazi. I'm thinking of maybe moving to Canada, although I know how difficult that. Yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't know much about that process. I do know it's not as easy as people think. But it's also not that hard, but it's not that easy. I think I heard Canada was making it harder for Americans, but that might be over. Hey, I really liked Wistoria, Wand and Sword. Those are animes, I assume. Sea of Thieves mentioned, yes. I'm still very curious about Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves has gotten surprisingly way more fun than I thought it would. Are they still updating it? To be fair, my profile pic is a reference to Vanos/Wildcat, of which I am not familiar. Checking in, it's a bag of Doritos behind a clockwork key. That is so comically mysterious. It's because Azazel is a fallen archangel. If I had to guess, maybe Twitch is anti-Satanist. Yeah, that would make sense. It's just weird to get hung up on. Are they also censoring Baal and Tiamat and like Beelzebub, or is it the whole thingamajig? I'll be back. I'm gonna check my settings. Okay. Well, I'm agnostic, so that's not valid to me. Fair. I respect everyone, though. Yeah, that's good. That's a good policy. You know, those weird clubs with spikes and giant bolts that you see in museums used during the war, Canadians were described to love those things and apparently absolutely love diving into trenches. God! Just the frontiersman, like, chaos gremlin in the Canadian bloodline just really comes out during wartime. Good lord. I think it's because you need hardy people to, like, colonize and explore and settle and kill the natives. When you go to a place that's like about to say maybe like 80% barren wasteland. As much as I love snow, immigration is extremely difficult and extremely tedious. Lovely. I don't know. I don't want to leave because I'm part Native American and I'm like, nah, I shouldn't have to go. I shouldn't have to go anywhere. This bullshit should have to go. If you move to Canada, go to British Columbia. As much as the fires suck, it's really nice there and overall isn't as bad. It sounds like move to Colorado. It's the same vibes. We've got fires, but they're not really impacting me where I'm at. But sometimes you get the smoke. It's a really old joke. I fully understand that you don't know, and honestly, who knows? Maybe it's better that it's forgotten. The clockwork key. Oh, I love me an obscure joke though. Tiamat, that's a dwagon. but Tiamat was worshipped as a goddess, if I remember correctly. And then Tiamat gets used a lot in fiction for similar to Baal worship, which is not the kink. I'm talking about Baal. American history disturbs me a lot. Fair. How could a human approve of things like what has happened in history? It made more Humans made more sense to me when I found out that the human brain runs on modules, and the main module running the show is the justifier module, the module that makes excuses and explanations and clarifies things and makes it all make sense, even if it doesn't actually make sense and they're deluding themselves. So it's that, but with genocide. I hate that part. The part where people come together to like overcome tyranny and gain equality, that part rules, but that's in opposition of what the system tries to enforce. It does, and slowly but surely made me realize why we don't get called into wars anymore. Canada, the place the Americans sent the savages. Just you gotta have tough people to explore cold places. Tough people breed and have tough kids who become chaos gremlins when you put them in war. Scary shit. That's all history, though. Yeah, but we have more PR that's like, we're the best. And so the contrast is heavy. I still would love to live in Ireland one day. Oh, that'd be so cool. We get to go live in Ireland with Sue and her husband on our trans commune. That'd be dope. My mom and siblings would love to come to Ireland. The only problem with that is the insane expense of moving one's shit over there. If you don't know what MK Ultra is, look into it. Yes, heinous government experiments rooted in Nazi experiments featuring some Nazi scientists happening in America in what was it, like the 1950s to 1990s? Insane shit. We all know MK Ultra law. No, don't ever say that. Let's keep the knowledge of MK Ultra alive and never assume people know it. Even if they do know it, never let them forget. The depths of it are crazy, absolutely insane. Project Midnight Climax, insane. I don't really know what you would call my religion. I believe that when I die, I'll most likely float in a black void with no sound and no ability to do anything. I hope not, for your sake. I hope it's more interesting than that. I hope you can at least like visit places. You're not just yours just sounds like you were sent to like a respawn lobby but with no lobby. They probably killed someone over it. Yeah, they probably killed dozens if not hundreds of people for MK Ultra. This shit is heinous. Shit drives me insane. I hate what this country has devolved into. Canada, the people who add to Geneva. The Canadians, the people who see the Geneva Convention as a checklist. How do you change your color? That's a great question. Click the gear icon. That's a great answer. Then I think chat appearance, a great addition. Actually, MK Ultra was mostly Soviets, not Nazis. Nice. Project Artichoke, predecessor to MK Naomi, was a Soviet project. God. So just the worst of the old world scientists from the superpowers. Mostly Soviets, not Nazis. Jesus. What an upgrade. The same country full of scientists doing insane experiments with orangutans and women and other apes and women. I think I'll return to obscure when I die. What does that mean? Although there was high Nazi involvement, the Soviets carried a larger part of it. I'm glad that you're giving the Soviets their credit for engaging in Nazi activities with Nazis. Oh, God. On American soil in American projects. For experiments on American citizens. Just disgusting shit. Just give this country back to the Native Americans. Just let them fix it. Between this type of shit and the Epstein Files shit, it's clear that this colonial management is not working out for anyone, even the descendants of the colonizers. Still, they let Nazis in as part of it. Yeah. Ugh. I have pizza and mozzarella sticks. Oh, I'm jealous. It sounds so good. It's too late for me to go get anything. Sometimes I think that that thought occurs to me for the only reason being that if everything was silent and I couldn't hear myself, I'd be at peace. So you want peace and quiet. I can see that being its own kind of heaven, but I think you'd get bored and then want something else. But then you'd keep coming back to the peace and quiet for sure. I say this as a man who loves to come back to peace and quiet himself, while also being a whimsical little goober. Geneva Conventions, more like Geneva Suggestions. Geneva Inspo. Geneva Starting Points. Oh my god. Okay. Dr. Frank Olson was a beloved husband and father to a son who was only 9 at the time. He allegedly jumped out of a window, but the autopsy found that he had suffered blunt force head trauma and could not have jumped himself. Along with LSD being in his system, his family cannot get justice due to the statute of limitations. Just a sickening fucking case. What happened? So someone drugged him with LSD and then hit him over the head and threw him out of a window? What the hell did he do? Is he an MK Ultra? I know, like people, I am not person. Okay. I'm still gonna give you personhood as in like you deserve respect. But okay, not a person. I refuse. Okay. Canadians mostly did their testing on themselves. For a good example, we smoke a lot of weed but have a pretty decent life expectancy. Yeah, I think weed is going to be not, if not a life extender, then a life, you know, basic neutral. It'll come out to better quality of life, but probably doesn't negatively impact life expectancy as much as you'd think, if at all. I don't think, therefore I do not am. I don't think, therefore I do not am. You know, Monkey D. Luffy has used that to surprising effect in combat. What I mean by return to obscure is basically whatever you were before you were, simply never having had existed. Interesting, almost a return to the void, to the nothingness. I don't know. For the afterlife, I wanna be able to travel around as a fifth dimensional spirit and like see all the cool things like the ocean and the deep sea creatures and travel back in time, read and watch and play all the stuff I couldn't get to while I was alive and go back to the past. I would rather have like a fifth dimensional quantum existence for my afterlife where I get to do whatever I want. There's fucking space out there to see. I'm sorry, I was just like, there's so much to do. Like, I don't like a simple, like maybe 70 to 80, 90 years of life doesn't feel like enough. And then there was World War II where we were giving 3 times the amount of ketamines to our soldiers. Oh my God. Well, no, oh man. What's funny is you had to do that to outpace the Germans who were also on that shit. No, I am, but I am not person. I am thing, metal object. Why metal? Because metal is strong. Metal is strong and people are not made of metal. And also metal can knock out a person if you hit them with it. Default is one of those statues on a fireplace mantle in a movie that gets used as like a murder or self-defense weapon in like a home invasion. I know it's very specific, but I've just seen it in enough movies. I am a glass object, shatter easier. As crazy as it sounds, literally not all of a few days ago, apparently there isn't in America. Can't remember exactly where to wear an Uber, and another car crashed. What? I'm not entirely following that one. You're gonna have to read the well, and one of them shot in the face, not by anyone in any other cars, but a guy that was literally on the sidewalk. Well, I think that recently happened. Yeah, just fucking, just guy saw an opportunity to shoot someone and be a fucking asshole. Disgusting impulses on some people. Look into the death and autopsy of Frank Olson. Genuinely, the CIA murdered him because there were theories he was going to tell people about Project MK Ultra, and he was a government scientist at the time. That means he did some shady science shit. I gotta look into that. I love history, so this is right up my alley. And one of them shot in the face, not by anyone in any other cars, but by a guy that was literally on the sidewalk. Canadian gay detection machine? Like, actually look into the Canadian gay detection machine. America tried to find one of those too. America also tried to turn people gay. Like, can we figure out a way to make people gay on command so that we can use it as blackmail and as a way to control? I was like, you silly gays, silly secret gays in the military. Or you silly straights. I don't know what the hell the thinking is here. And trans, oh yeah. In head, I see self as metal signpost, stop sign, like saying, stop being stupid, human. You should start, like, instead of default, just, well, as long with default, you should do the little stop sign emoji. It was specifically for homosexual men, I believe. Just preying on an underclass. What a fucking assholes. What a fucking assholes. What a fucking bunch of assholes. Die to a megalodon. Dude, that would be rough. I'd love to go back in time and just like swim into the mouth of a megalodon as a fifth dimensional spirit that can't be hurt. Like, you can't eat me, but it's so cool. Mine is stop being human. It's inescapable. Unfortunately. Here's an interesting tidbit. If you stare at a wall and you can see very microscopic dots, aka your vision almost looks like there's a slight TV static, you have what's known as visual snowflake syndrome? Fuck, I have that. Shit, I have that. Huh. When we would go on like long ass car trips, like 9 hours, 10 hours, and I'm just staring out the window. I'm like, what the hell is that? Easier said than done to stop being human. Yeah, not an easy call. I realize now one of my sentences got really bangled by autocorrect. My bad. I'm sorry. Allow. Gay bomb is just anal Shreks. What the fuck? I'm drawing. Oh, yay! I'm glad you're drawing, Caden. What are you drawing? Canadian fruit machine. The Canadian government made this machine designed to identify gay people and fire them, remove them from workplaces, and said it was a machine to see if people were gay. Fruit machine, it did not work. Unfortunately, I think with AI, you could absolutely make that. I bet people are absolutely doing that shit. That's a heinous thought. Yeah, that already exists, unfortunately. I don't know where or if it's being used, but I'm gonna guess. Fortunately, the gay bomb never ended up making past the drawing board. God, that would be so funny. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, the gay bomb. But the Canadian fruit machine did. That's so fun. The name is so funny. What? Yep. They're turning the frogs gay. It's real. Look into it. Frogs aren't gay, they're trans, some species at least. They're turning the frogs trans. I've had visual snow my entire life and people think I'm joking about the static over everything. That's so weird. Wonder what's causing that. I just kind of filter it out. Wonder if that's part of why. I wonder if it makes it easier for me to dissociate and watch and like slip between TV and games and reality. Or is this sort of got like a, like in VR, the whatchamacallit, green door effect? Gay bomb is just anal Shrek. Gay bomb causes anal Shreks. I'm drawing Silvio. Oh, with his little sunglasses. History is horrible to the gays. Yeah, unfortunately. It's extremely easy to pick on, apparently. Stonewall Inn was run by the mafia? That's awesome. That mafia's like, get away from our... This is the clientele. Get away. I know, like history, burn the humans. I love history. Fix the humans. Frogs are trans. They can change sexes to environmental factors. You know, part of the reason why I was like, why are people being so weird about trans? It had very much been normalized through, because that's what happens in fucking Jurassic Park. They use frog DNA to fill gaps in the genetic sequence, and that gives the dinosaurs the ability to change sexes and still breed. Like, I was like, why are people being weird? Dinosaurs are cool, and dinosaurs can change genders. Why are you being weird about people doing it? Fun fact, some people in medieval times just changed what they presented as overnight and say a witch did it. Oh my god. That's the perfect excuse. It's like, a witch did it. I don't, like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I wish I could change sexes and still reproduce. Aww. Does Azazel the Fallen Bagel want to be a mother? That'd be beautiful. Although skipping childbirth is probably for the best. I've heard it's unfun, but I can see like wanting to be a mother and being like, no, I want the thing, no, even if it sucks. However, the mafia owning the Stonewall Inn does not make them progressive. They blackmailed their their trans and gay customers. What the fuck? Forced people into working there, bribed police, and were horrible to their customers. They only did it because they were lucrative, which is why the Stonewall riots were also directed towards the mafia, not just the police. So it's not like, oh, protect the Stonewall. It was a bastion of gay freedom and self-expression. It was like, no, fuck the police and fuck this greedy business owner and crime business exploiting us. Damn. Mafia have a whole history of owning gay bars like that. So just exploiting them through slavery and just abuse. What the fuck? Yeah, people only paid attention to the dino bit, not the science bit. I'm people. I paid attention. I suppose period cramps is another example of that. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that pink badge of courage. You don't want these problems. I always feel bad for trans men who get impacted by male pattern baldness, especially if like you were a woman with a beautiful head of hair, and it's just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you're gonna. Don't worry, we have surgeries and procedures. You can get a hair implant. It's gender affirming care too. There's nothing to be ashamed of. But as a man who's been losing his hairline since he was a kid due to child abuse stress, like, I get it, and I feel bad for y'all. But I you know, ultimately, it's just one more medical procedure. It's just got to get that shit filled in. Technically, it means you've arrived at manhood, frankly, if you have to get a hair transplant. The T is working, like, gender affirming hair loss. It's just hair, Matthew, not a big deal. It's a big deal to me. I didn't like that I was losing it due to child abuse, so I want it back. Nobody died at Stonewall. Stonewall was not just gay people. The person who threw the first Molotov was a trans woman. The person who threw the first brick was a trans woman, and they're being erased from history. Trump has removed them from the history page about Stonewall Inn. Fuck him. He's temporary. All this suppression is temporary. We'll be back. The truth will be back. These are the last dying, clawing grasps of it's the worst people in the world. May they rot in hell very soon. Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell, may they be the leaders of a long line of people who just need to die already because they're ruining the planet. We are a trans man going bald. It's not bad, just hair. Everyone has their own journey with it. I'm fighting it tooth and nail. I'm restoring what was taken from me. It's different. It's different as like from where you're at in your position. Like the hair loss is a different story. For me, like the story's different. I need a different arc for mine. Trans women have suppressed violence? Trans women, I'm sure, just like all women, hold in the violence that they're capable of, but this world will not let them enact. Looks mean nothing. Society doesn't change its mind about looks until we do. Yeah, but I want it. It's for me. I hope they don't end. Hold on. I want to put young Sylvia in a goofy ass Nyan cat shirt, but I don't know. Why not? Come on. Let his rainbow flag fly a little bit. I hope they don't end up in hell because that's where I'm happily going. I hope they end up somewhere terrible. Haha. I hate to tell you this, but you're not ending up in hell. I'm sorry. Y'all are going to heaven. I hate to break it to you, gay and trans people. As long as you were good people, you're going to the good place. Honestly, I think everyone ends up in heaven, but some people have a stint in hell. Some people certainly spend a good long stretch in hell. I believe there's nothing but obscurity after death. Man, that's another type of hell. Unless, I mean, as long as you don't get to experience it, it's not hell. Man, I just want something more interesting. I want to go places and do stuff. Girl, don't tell me where I'll end up. What if I don't want to end up in heaven? You know, in the Discworld series, death in that series would like let you kind of choose your fate, like whatever you truly believed in is what you ended up with. I don't want to go to heaven. It sounds boring. There's no video games in heaven. That's a weird conception of the idea of heaven. Like, I feel like I should get a cool bit of land in the ethereal plane where I can put stuff and have people visit, but then I can just go places throughout the universe and space and time. I wanna collect furniture and play video games and watch stuff on my afterlife estate and chilling and hanging out. Frolicking in my afterlife meadow with my cats. Oh, the day I start balding is the day I scalp myself? Dude, no. See, no, now we've got me and the collective being like, that's unacceptable. Let's see. He's the best firefighter I've ever known. So why is he such a horrible person? Puts out fires in hell. I remember that comic. That shit is fucking hilarious. Why is he such a horrible person? If Christianity were real, would St. Peter let me choose to go to hell? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you'd just be stuck at the, like, trying to exit and be like, I don't know what to tell you. You're chill. Who says there are video games in hell? I don't think there are video games in hell, at least not good ones. I think video games are in heaven. There aren't. I don't want to go to hell either. There are video games in hell, but it's only the Mega Mind video game on the Wii or the Home Alone video game on the Super Nintendo. Shit was trash. I want to go to Valhalla, free food and drinks for life. Well, there's only a couple ways to go there. But I think you can do it. You've got my interest. You have to play rage games forever. Oh my god. It's just nothing but getting over it with Bennett Foddy. Hell for me is very different than Christian hell anyways. What would it be for you? I don't know. I think it's more about my conception of hell is suffering. But like I don't know the rules of how much you go through, for how long, to what extent, and what kind. But I also think the world is too fucking insane and crazy for like your average murderer to truly fully end up condemned to hell forever. Like it really depends on how awful it was. But a lot of the times people end up that way for horrible reasons out of their control. They believe that woman who died during childbirth died a warrior's death and went to Valhalla. Time to get prego. No, that's a joke. Don't tell Nate. Don't do that. Yes. Another way is dying in battle to get to Valhalla. And another way to get to Valhalla is to die between a maiden's legs. And so if you make a special request to a very special kind of dominatrix, or very special type of executioner, I think you can make it happen. I think you can get into Valhalla. Oh, oh, you redeemed Hydrate, and you also got cat time. Baby boy. Real quick, say hello to the people. Hello to the people. I dared to hold him. I want the Valhalla burial. Want to be burned on a raft on the ocean. Hell yeah, that's gonna be rad. You gotta have the thing with the arrow, the arrow on fire. Now I think I'll die in battle against a fascist. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. One of the few things finer than pleasuring a maiden. Well, really depends on the day and the moment. In my opinion, some serial killers themselves were victims of their own biology. They were typically severely mentally ill, and I have some empathy for those who had no idea what they were doing or couldn't recognize their actions. I fully agree on this. I've had a lot of empathy for a lot of people in a lot of true crime. Obviously more empathy for the innocent people that they murdered and harmed. But like when you go to examine the root of the problem of how a person ended up like this, almost always genetic dice rolls, cruelty, horrible environment, a mix of all of it and more, poisoning, lead. Like there's just so many factors that like you have to measure out a certain amount of mercy. WCAT, absolutely. Which is why legal insanity exists. Hell yeah. We need it. Most serial killers weren't mentally ill, but you're right about that minority. Most serial killers were mentally ill. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know how you become a serial killer and not be mentally ill. All right, I'm going to go for a while, but I'll be back. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. I have empathy for Satan when Trump arrives, especially like when Trump holds up a cross and Bible pretending to be like anything holy. The whole idea has been profaned to the nth degree. We're at a point where the opposite of Christian right now means moral. It's insane. I personally see hell as something similar to life here, but you're not punished for your natural behaviors. The whole idea for Satanism is that the idea of sins is fucking stupid, especially ones like sloth and gluttony. We believe in living life how you want. as long as you are not hurting yourselves, others, or animals outside of eating animals. So hell, it is the Satanist reconstruction of hell as an almost non-judgmental place, as like their equivalent of heaven, but not heaven. That would be too lame and uncool. I have empathy for whoever has to deal with Karens in hell. God, it's got to be mostly Karens in there. Were their actions good? Hell no, absolutely not. And their victims deserve the most empathy? Absolutely. But you can't prevent this kind of tragedy without empathetically examining the person who committed these crimes and trying to use empathy to prevent it from happening in the future. Because unfortunately, half the goddamn time, it's like, you did not treat that child correctly. And now we're all paying the consequences. Trump is just the Antichrist former Catholic who studied the Antichrist here. It is our closest fulfilling that criteria. I just wish the cool stuff where things stop sucking would happen. I would like God to show up and suplex Donald Trump through a nuclear missile into the sun. Let's see. I'm a Satanist, and that's basically the key point of Satanism, yeah. I Hurt My Knee Ouch is also a Satanist, so welcome to the club. I'm a Quaker, so I'm like a sane Christian, but with like not like a heavy on the Christ or God thing, more heavy on the God. Lucifer and Great Earl Rom are gonna have a feed day with him. Great Earl Rom. I'm scared to look that up. Yeah, just kind of trying to explain it to Matthew so he can better understand Satanism and such. Much appreciated. I know some stuff, but mostly it's like, oh, this is a natural reaction to how insane Christianity has become. We now have to swing the pendulum back to like find a psychologically acceptable place to put our faith and morality in. I don't understand more versus less empathy. We just don't have empathy, or we don't measure it. Yeah, it's I wonder if that's the borderline thing where you have to kind of turn it on or off, and you can't have it in these partial degrees. And unfortunately, in those partial degrees is like the fine tuning of like how you treat people. It's like, okay, this much empathy here, this much empathy here, this much empathy here, not as much empathy here, zero empathy here. I was basically meaning sympathy. Apologies if there's any confusion. Okay, yeah. Sympathy for the killers. Empathy for the victims is how I feel. I just feel everything. Just as part of the examination process. Sort of seeing from different people's perspectives. Satanism is the belief that people should not be deemed sinners. Satanism was made to criticize Christian extremism. It's about having empathy, believing that justice will prevail, prioritizing yourself. Well, those are some of the tenements anyway. Yeah, like, and like, calling it Satanism is almost more of a jingling your keys. Are you paying attention? Here's, what a faith really should be. I know we got your attention with the whole Satan thing. You were expecting blood sacrifices and murder, and here I am teaching you basic human decency. Isn't it insane that Christians have gotten so off the wall that we have to do any of this, that like that Christianity has lost all the moral ground at this point. Great Earl Ram is a Goetia demon who is usually depicted as a crow or a raven. Hell yeah. And is usually called upon to steal riches from kings and moves the riches away. It's the Robin Hood raven. That's dope. Robin Hood. They call it Satanism because Satan means adversary, and they are the adversary to Christianity. Adversaryism, and not to all Christianity. The part of Christianity that sucks ass. Because I mean, the part that isn't a problem, you wouldn't need an answer to, right? And then Luciferian, I think, is where we start getting a little more literal with the idea of with what Christianity likes to paint Satanism as. And then obviously at a certain point you get straight into like serial killer murdery stuff, but like literally any religion can go that far. Any religion can tip into that chasm of moral depravity. I hate abusive religions. I hate abusive cults. I hate people being taken advantage of. It drives me wild. Boy. I hate people who talk about the story of Lilith while only knowing that she left Eden due to be refusing to be subservient to Adam and nothing else about her. She wasn't even in the Bible. I think she was like a Jewish side story. And like we should be looking at the side stories, because what is agreed upon canon for the Bible is excluding a lot of works, and I question the exclusions because these were not unbiased people deciding what was and wasn't canon. So like what books were put in, what books were excluded is not. I've always found that very sus. I've always wanted to take a closer look in studying those time periods and situations where the Bible's canon was decided. Yeah, and I feel most Satanists are atheistic. I just happen to be atheistic, and I believe in a Lucifer and in the other demons. Interesting. You believe they do stuff for you? She had taken advantage of Adam while he was asleep, so she's not good. Oh. So borderline like the mother of succubuses, succubi as a concept. Ugh. Papa made fun of us for having a satanic Bible. He said we had found a religion in that sarcastic voice he uses for Christians. That's so funny. Just like, oh, I see you found religion. Gestures to your satanic Bible. She was called the first succubus. Yes. I was wondering if that was a biblical succubi or horrifying, actually. I didn't know we got multiple. See, the Quaker thing is that the entire universe and everyone in it is part of God. And so I'm like, whoever you're praying to, that's also God. That's just like a different face for the same thing. Because the flavor of God that you were given before is absolutely fucking ruined through the abuse. So please find God wherever you can. Please find spiritual satisfaction and connection wherever you can. Don't hurt anyone or yourself. Yes, and I have an altar, and when I move in with you, I'll ask you to try and not touch it unless necessary. That's fair. Thanks for letting me know the rules. I'll try not to sully it with too much of my Quaker whimsy. It's not funny. We thought he'd be proud of us for finding a path we could agree with, but he thought it was the dumbest thing ever. I thought maybe you had only had it for like research purposes. Is it something you're still pursuing? But yeah, a lot of people just find any religion laughable because so many religions have had laughable results and so many laughable people have come out through religions and worked through religions. But it's not fair to slander everyone and everyone's religious experience like that. Jehovah is such an uncool god, too. Jehovah was literally evil in the Old Testament. That's what you get from a desert people experiencing the desert. You get a very unkind God because your environment has been very unkind to you. Yeah, desert gods, man, they're tough. No, we're not pursuing it because of how Papa and Mama reacted. Oh. I don't know. Even as a Quaker, the whole thing of that was like finding your own path to God or to spirituality or however you want to frame your religious experience. Either way, your experience with higher power, like you should pursue that journey. Jehovah is just Christian God. Yep. Not specific being, just God from the Bible. Yep. God from the burning bush. But yeah, that was and Jehovah in even in the Bible, other gods are acknowledged, other local gods. Usually as a statue or idol that they were like, I got your God. Got your God. None of my good figures are out. No, none of my bigger ones. So I had to use the Zekrom that I got at a Pokemon Black and White Nintendo event. Went with my family. It was cool. Nate got really self-conscious and still lived with them at the time he threw out the Satanic Bible. Oh, that's rough. I think I encourage a spiritual journey. I don't necessarily discourage seeking or following predefined paths, but I do encourage nurturing your own path as you go along. God who drowned people, made communication extremely difficult, killed so many people. Hell, Sheol was the first biblical afterlife, and Sheol is from Greek mythology. Jesus. All these local imports. And I mean, that's because right after Jesus, there was this big, like Greek was like the English language of the area, where it was a general language used by a lot of people. And so to expand the Christian faith, there was a lot of absorbing of that, and Judaism got impacted by that as well. Sheol is just the Greek underworld Hades, but they renamed it. My God, it's so funny how much of that has happened. Nate looked up to them growing up and they treated him mostly well, so being defiant to his parents doesn't come naturally. Oh, yeah, whereas it's very natural for me. Um that's so painful how just this the little bit of disapproval just nukes the whole thing for someone in your position. Whereas for me, I'd be like, I'm going to pursue it on my own and see where I land on it anyway. Your disapproval is noted just in case you're right or wrong, but I'm going to continue my analysis. Sheol is just the Greek underworld Hades, but they renamed it. I love how you know all this, and it makes so much sense. And like we're in the Binding of Isaac fandom, right? Makes perfect sense why you would know all this. It's all over this game. But yeah, the god who drowned people, to be fair, every culture has one of those flood stories, well almost every, because of the rising sea levels during the ice age's early melting periods that caused some areas, for example, the entire Mediterranean Sea, sorry. That whole thing exists because of glaciers melting and water filling what was once just a really deep valley area. And so everyone's got these flooding stories like, oh, there must have been a great flood. It's like, you're not entirely wrong, but it's because the ice cap melted. It's because the ice age was easing up. God wasn't mad. Things just got warm. But I bet it felt like God was mad. Floods feel angry. I feel like I trust my parents too much. I've always just believed everything that they've said and would do basically anything they want me to, but then I know they would disapprove of what I am. Everything is horrible forever. Well, it's not horrible forever, and everything isn't horrible. This is extremely tough, though. Like, this is baked into your nervous system. This respect and obedience, trust of parents. But it should be reassuring to know that this is a standard thing for most people growing up, is having to be something or do something that your parents aren't going to approve of because it is fundamentally something about yourself. Unfortunately, this is really common, especially if you're in Texas. So it is unpleasant. It's one of those unpleasant hurdles that you will have to jump, and it will not be fun, and it will hurt, but it is normal. There's some reassurance in that, where it's like, it's normal, it's been done, you can do it. You're a human, you're badass, you can do it. Some people fight you, some people flight, some people freeze, some people fawn, some people flop, some people goat fate. Yeah, a lot of fight was instilled in me. A lot of fight and then a lot of freeze, a little bit of flight. Fawn died early on, when the hatred against me was just so like, I can't make a dent here. Some people, my amygdala fucks with me all the time, and I wish we had more ways to regulate that motherfucker. I'm neither flight, fight, fawn, freeze, or anything else, alongside my amygdala just randomly triggering. So you just like exist and be on fire, like just alarm going off, and just wasn't saying you, was saying Matthew. Oh, so I know, I was just saying, sorry for the confusion. I don't know you well enough to say anything about you. We mostly freeze, fawn, or flop. Fight was beaten out of us. Fight was beaten out of you. What the fuck? That's awful. Mostly freeze, fawn, or flop. Well, we gotta reignite the fight in you. We gotta stoke that fire. Anything that was broken during childhood must be restored in adulthood to properly function. I can just be completely alone, and my amygdala will randomly make me think my death is imminent. It's annoying. That's the worst. I have something similar through complex PTSD flashbacks, and my generalized anxiety, where you have those spikes where it's like, oh, it's time to go, or I'm gonna go, or remember the concept of going. Remember that time you almost died? All those, at least a dozen times. Like, it is something that you are going to have to train yourself like to deal with, along with, you know, the usual medication and therapy. There will be the need to learn how to ride these feelings like a horse, to let it get you from point A to point B, so that you control it and not you. That's some big thing I've had to do with my anxiety. Very interesting. Sort of ride it like a lightning bolt. I've had the secret 6 response: cry and throw up when faced with danger. It's fight, flight, fawn, freeze, flop, and threw up. We know what dying feels like. It's not fun. That fear of one day we won't exist haunts us often. Yeah, I fucking hate that shit. I only know what almost dying feels like. I don't know what dying feels like. How'd you even experience that? But yeah, I've had to be like, all right, well, now here we go. Like, damn it, I had all that shit to do. And part of that's from growing up in a situation where I like, my abusive stepfather could kill me at any moment. But also, I lived near this Air Force base, and there were all these jets, and the jets would go overhead, and it would be insanely loud and feel insanely close with rumbling and everything. And I, as a kid, I'm just like, all right, well, I guess it's over. I guess it's gonna crash into the house. Time to go. Here I am with my connects. Here I am playing video games. Au revoir. I don't even really get the feelings of worrying about my death. My brain just gets convinced that I am actively dying. Damn. Like, it's just happening. I only felt that way when I was like in a deep coughing fit that didn't feel like it would end and I couldn't breathe. I was like, oh, this is how it goes. This is how, this dumb shit's how we go. I have been medically dead before. Under what circumstances? We've unfortunately been killed a few times for a few seconds at a time. I feel like we've talked about this, but under what circumstances? My God. What's happening in Twitch? The Discord. Hey, Wacko's Funhouse. In the art, hey. He's literally the most evil of my characters. This mother. Caden, I have to mention that this guy would make, his face makes perfect, would make a perfect jack-o'-lantern. Breathing stopped, heart stopped, brain shut down for a while. Doctors still don't know, I guess. Good Lord. How old were you? Breathing stopped, heart stopped, brain shut down. You just tanked it. Just like, oh, but I'm fine. Once we almost drowned. Jesus, awful. But the other times we can't honestly remember the circumstances, just the death part. Man. Wonder I wonder if it'd be too traumatizing for you to find out what happened. God, that's alarming. 12. You were 12 when that shit happened. I didn't tank it. It took me days for it to set in that I was alive. Jesus. That I didn't die in the ER. I'm glad you bounced back from that. That's insane. Even if you didn't tank it, you bounced back. And on the third day, you came back. I almost drowned once? I didn't know that. Saw my life flash before my eyes. Jesus, how old were you? I don't know how to swim, so this is distressing. I'm back. Welcome back, Azazel, the fallen bagel. I hate when my bagel falls. Unless it falls on my plate. If it falls on the floor, I'm depressed. I was like 14. Wow. How did you end up almost drowning? Like a river? Okay, but drink the jam brimstone. Hell yeah. What flavor do you think it is? I'm partial to strawberry, but I also like raspberry. Hydrating. Thank you, Azazel. Oh, I need a key. Oh, wait. No fire goes unextinguished. And I would like some jam right now. That does sound good. Oh, it's open. I just didn't go in. Oh, I'm not taking the scissors. Okay, I'm not keeping that shit. It's cherry. Ooh, cherry jam is so good. Is it too late for me to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Probably too. Probably hot sauce. Doesn't brimstone burn? That's true. But it's a bagel. I don't want hot sauce on my bagel, I think. It might not be bad, actually. But I like the idea of jam. It's just more pleasant. It's never too late. Oh, it's... okay, HP up. Okay. I was like, but I'm fine now. I was in a pool, and I wasn't a very strong swimmer when some kid jumped on my back and was holding me under? Oh, I've heard actual death happen. I couldn't get him off me, and I would have drowned if someone didn't get him off. Dude, kudos to whoever got them the fuck off of you. And I just want to slap the shit out of that kid. Holy shit. Almost took out the clowncer. Was a younger kid. I don't think he understood that he was drowning me. God. Still slap him. We need a nervous system reminder not to do this. Unfortunately, I do not think a talking to is gonna... I'm kidding. But like, Jesus. Murder. No. My dad puts hot sauce on his bagels and biscuits. American biscuits. Hell yeah. I love me a good biscuits and gravy. But I don't put hot sauce on it, but that is a thought. Whenever I use sauces, I usually put it on the side. Oh, did he just kill himself with his own bomb? That's hilarious. Do I want to even try for the room? Let's try. Hold up. Hot sauce on his bagel. That's crazy. I was like, a cheddar garlic bagel with hot sauce sounds okay, actually. It's crazy to think that in other realities, I would have died that day. Yeah. All the near-death experiences really sit heavy in the brain. In the what-ifs and alternatives. Like, ugh. It was the ocean for us. We were on a board and wiped out and passed out. Woke up on the beach and our mama was crying. Damn right she was. Holy shit. I'm never letting, if I ever have children, which based on how the country's going, I probably won't. I'm never letting them out in the ocean like that. That's a quick way to lose my child. Some children cannot be rehabilitated. I don't want to think that. I want to hope that they can be saved. Me who enjoys wave pools. I've gotten swept up by a wave and it took me like a minute to feel normal. Not near death. I did die medically anyways. Coming back from death has to be even crazier. Look, there's a reason you're still going. Keep going. Me who enjoys wave pools. I haven't been in a wave pool in ages. Shit's scary. Also, it feels like a cesspool for everyone else in it. Go and make the PB&J and put a sticky note on the jam that says Brimstone Jam. I gotta do it. But I'm almost out of jam, so it wouldn't present as well. I gotta go buy new jam. Oh no, I gotta get strawberry. Gotta get me some strawberry jam. The hell with this store. I can get shit from it. Oh. Death feels like ice, pins and needles, and fire all at once. God. That's insane. Cold and hot and pain. Prickling pain. And draw the item. Isn't the brimstone symbol like... What is that? I don't know if it's demonic or simply alchemaic. They're two different things. A lot of overlap, but two different things. I don't know what death felt like. I was unconscious. Hold on. I was unconscious when I was declared dead, but I didn't see anything after. I guess that stuck with me. Part of where my take on death came from. Huh. I wonder if that's just like the place you get parked before you fully die, since you were only medically dead. Big quotation marks on only. That's a, well, maybe little. Because that's still fucked up. That's still dying. Yeah, that also makes sense. Yeah, it really does explain it. Brimstone is sulfur. Okay, thank you. Which is hilarious because sulfur is a disgusting smell and taste. But I love my jams. I'm like fucking Paddington with fucking marmalade. Oh my god, stay away from me and perish. That's true. Not that I would know. ... Thank you for your contribution. That's true. In my completely uninformed opinion. Not making fun of you. It's just funny that you were like... just chimed in with certainty and you're like, not that I have any idea what the hell I'm talking about. My brother used to think Paddington was hot. Wow. You know what? He's kind and sweet and helpful. I see it. It's not my type, but I see it. Oh, nothing in... All right, whatever. Next. For us, we saw a darkness that was beyond darkness, and the ice, pins, and fire feeling was how it felt as we felt the pull of the living realm. That was like the feeling of staying alive for you? God. The body yearning to stay alive. Death does feel like that. Totally. That I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The closest I ever felt to that was when I was coughing and couldn't breathe. And I was like, oh, here we go. This is it. Sure, but not hot. Oh. Just pain? I felt content for once. I wasn't feeling anything. I was dreaming, but I can't remember what those dreams were. There's something really nice about the lack of stimuli. Piece of it. Do I want this purple fly? Ending of Isaac purple item. Ooh, I think I do. Oh, yeah. What am I? Why am I even hesitating? Boop. Wait. Obsessed fan is garbage? Forget what it does. Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Isn't that the one that, like, just barely follows behind you? And this one is kind of doing that. That's not it. No, it's not it. It's like seeing fake red heart. You confused obsessed fan for Sci-Fly. I don't have Sci-Fly? Son of a bitch. Damn it. Well, at least it counts towards Beelzebub. I'm gonna console myself with that. We were dead, but we didn't feel shit when dead. We didn't see shit or feel shit. It was boring at best. It was only after we felt a tug that brought us back to the rest of the world. Interesting. It does sound boring. And I do just hope that this is like what it's like to be medically dead and you're just like conscious but lack any inputs, any whatchamacallit, stimuli. You don't have Sci-Fly, you have obsessed fan. Sci-Fly is top 5 items. Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, of course I want this. No, I got fucked. Now I gotta remember that next time. The darker one is not Sci-Fly. My dreams just kind of faded when I woke up. I try every day to remember what I was dreaming, but I can't. That's rough. Yeah, reclaiming dreams is almost impossible. Even if you just had them. All right, well, obsessed fan is definitely not what I wanted, but better than the nothing that I had. 2 truths and 1 lie. I have been dead before. I have had one of the rarest mental illnesses. I lucid dream every night. Brick question. I know you're nonsense. All 3 are true. I will not be bamboozled again. 3 the lie. You don't. Let's see. Weird that we didn't dream. 3 the lie. 3 is sort of true. Oh, you got with the half truth. See, I could feel it. Ooh, more sex. Me when I start dating cis men. I've actually put the whole dating thing on hold. I'm just do not have that shit in me. I can't believe both secret rooms are here. At this point, I'm just like, let love find me. Whoever wants to volunteer as tribute. Whoa, this room's crazy. I don't remember this. I don't remember this. I can lucid dream and have before, but not every night. That's cool that you can lucid dream at all. Oh man, do I dare try? Ugh. Okay, give me some health, please. That's not health. I just straight up don't have a sexual orientation. Fair enough. Sexual orientation, who cares? Not necessary. Nate has kind of gotten tired of dating. It's much less annoying to live alone. That's fair. Not a burner. Asexual, not asexual, just apathy. Not asexual, just apathy. Haha. That sounded like I said no. Anyway. How did I end up with just half of a heart? How did that happen? You're so fucked, dude. It's true. Hey! Bye-bye, Matthew, run. I made the right call and went back. I used to lucid dream in 4th grade. We thought it was Jover, but we're so Barack. I used to lucid dream in 4th grade. I would have nightmares. About my science class, and I had them so often that I was eventually able to realize they were dreams, and I would stop them from becoming nightmares. That's awesome. That's one of the coolest powers to learn. And you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to deal with this shit. Like, you know what? In fact, I don't have to deal with this shit. What? Posture check. I'm getting low on water. Lucid dreaming actually helped with some of my problems. Yeah, I've had some of that too. Being able to communicate with your subconscious is a very nice experience. Absolutely. Worked me through a lot of my problems. That's a relief. A lot of people have really horrible nightmares. I've only had like, I can put the amount of nightmares I've had on like 2 hands. Fortunately, most of mine have been trying to process things in my dreams. What's really annoying is when it'll like take you through a dream and you're like, I know, I understand. I get it. I hear you. And then it's a recurring dream and it's like, I get it. That shit's, it's fun. It's annoying, but it's also really funny where it's just like your brain's trying to teach you some shit. Like, I don't think you learned the lesson. And I'm like, oh. Our lucid dreams never come with the ability to change everything. It's like the speaking thing for us. It's difficult to assert power over the dream. So when it happens, we just choose to watch from a third-person perspective as it plays out. Yeah, being able to go third person is so handy. And like not be like, this dream's not happening to me. I'm just sort of watching this movie. I'm trapped in my head with. On. Yeah, this fly ain't doing shit right now. Okay. Okay, come on. Come on. For you little guys. Thank you. What? No fucking health? Here's a... Oh, okay. Alright. Ooh. Oh, but I'm trying to do an angel run, though. I can't take any of them. Fuck. I can't take it. I can't take them. I just gotta go. But the run didn't get completely fucked. Being able to control a lucid dream is very difficult and requires doing lucid dreams over and over. Yep. My dreams have always been third person, something about how I feel disconnected from my body. That's handy. Because a lot of dreams get intense and gnarly. Two-thirds conjoined. Really? Oh, the conjoined twin? Like, whatchamacallit? In Isaac? Weirdly, I think I figured out how to lucid dream during sleep paralysis. That's handy. Are you able to use it to get out of paralysis? Doing it during sleep paralysis is one of the main methods. Oh. It's wild while just realizing you're dreaming is mild. Oh, I didn't realize that it had the fun acronyms. I didn't know lucid dreamers got fun acronyms. Oh, it's not a movie for us. We still feel the emotions that the protagonist feels. Usually Nate feeling them, Nate being them. It's like watching a 4D movie without the fourth, but the fourth dimension is emotion. Both intense and beautiful. Those are the two main techniques, wild and mild. Wild. Sounds like salsas. Yes, I would like the wild salsa, not the mild, please. Two salsa flavors destined to get mixed up during making your order. I usually just use it to make the sleep paralysis monsters to go away so I can go back to actual sleep. That's dope. That's handy. I don't usually have... Well, I don't know if I've ever had a sleep paralysis monster. At least not in adulthood. I just have sleep paralysis, and that's enough for me. That's scary enough. Like, I would like to leave the bed now. I'm trying to tell my body to do something. The fact that it's not cooperating deeply distresses me. Wild is easier, while mild takes a while to learn. Wild involves sleep paralysis, waking up in the middle of the night, staying awake for interesting. Mild takes months of work. So more mild being more intentional is harder to do. Okay, I can spend the key. Hell yeah. That is in. I don't need keys though. I need bomb, but don't need key. I keep bomb. My sleep paralysis creature was this mass of flesh with thousands of eyes, and its bones were pointing through its skin. It had eyes that were completely unlidded. I miss that thing. I don't see it anymore. Yo, this guy misses his Monsters Inc. sleep paralysis demon, and frankly, that's adorable. I'm sorry. This young lady misses her sleep paralysis demon. Usually tangle around itself in the corner of my room and watch me. Be they please, my only complaint. Yeah, my bad. I keep hiccuping that. Oop. Oh my god, that's an insane amount of blood being yeeted at me. Oh, Jesus. My counselor does the same thing. The thing is I make the mistake with cis people too. It's like, it's just like, it's just a general pronoun flub. It's just extra, just an extra faux pas in this context. Oh, not a single anything? Hey, it's the Luigi! Thank you for using the Luigi. Kaden! You Luigi squishing fiend! My sleep paralysis demons are usually shadowy creatures with cold flesh. And it would quietly walk over to me, and you'd usually try to touch my shoulder. Yeah. Unsettling. Mine has touched me. He was warm. His flesh burnt. It made gurgling noise. And you miss it. It sat at the foot of my bed once. What in the name of... How come everyone gets to see friggin' Monsters Inc. creatures? I don't. We don't ever see our sleep paralysis demon. We sleep on our side and keep our eyes very shut. When we hear it around, it's like at the same time we can hear our blood rushing through our head. Yes, that's a thing that can happen, usually only affects us during sleep. We feel the demon touching or playing with our hair. My God. Dude. I also typically shut my eyes as well, and it helps me focus to help me get rid of it. Sat at the foot of my bed. It was like an extremely disturbing, malformed dog. It wasn't dangerous. It was mostly curious seeming. It's like, oh, this is really unsettling, but you're actually kind of chill and adorable. Is it okay that you can't blink? Do your eyes get dried out? Do you need eye drops? My natural instinct is to like worry about it. Like, hey, are you good? You need anything? Wait, how does it? It was horrifying, but I could find it cute in a psychopathic way. I was scared out of my fucking mind, of course. It was horrifying, but I could find it cute in a psychopathic way. That's adorable, though. I have no mouth, but I have all of the eyes. Wait, how does it get debris out of its eyes? I'm assuming it's constantly oozing something. Yeah, we gotta wait till we either go back to normal sleep or wake up fully. Ah, this shit's so scary. I have to like really rack my brain to come up with horrifying monsters. Y'all were like handed shit. It can't blink. It doesn't have eyelids. What does it do? The things my subconscious creates. Maybe it's got really thick, like, surfaces of its eyes. God will not let me change my color. Someone finding they can't change their skin tone. That's weird that it won't let you change it though. Geckos lick their own eyeballs. It had a tongue and no mouth. So that's the other thing I was thinking. Does it like coil its tongue around its whole body to like resaturate its eyes? Does it lick each one? This is actually, wait, we've seen our demon once. It's humanoid, but it's also pitch black and made of smoky shit. That is the common one that I've heard. This pile of flesh with multiple eyes. That's a new one. I finished drawing Sylvia. Oh shit, did you post it? Big eyes, the only thing not made of smoke. What were the eyes like? I had to re-sign into my account on the website to reach chat settings, and it's still not there. I have no mouth, but I must scream. I have no colors, but I must color. It moved like a snake, extremely slowly. I've always been imaginative, I guess. Powerful visual imagination. Not a bad thing, but often the mind will use it against you. I say that as someone with a powerful visual imagination. Of course he posted it. Okay. Hey, Silvio. He wore glasses, but I guess only sometimes. It's another cool look. He looks a little sassy, and not like a gay way, but just like he'd just be a little prickly. Also, I love his shirt. Nyan, 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 nyan. I almost said nyan, 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 Nickelodeon. Big saucers for eyes. I draw it, but I'm bad at art. Still draw it, I'd say. Might turn out better than you think. Big saucers for eyes, pure white, no pupils. That's unsettling, but also like it's one of those things like, you know, with shadow work, sometimes there's like I've seen like a meme where it's like, yeah, I did my shadow work, and it's just them like chilling at a table with their shadow and they're both having tea. It's like just some spooky shit you gotta embrace somehow. I called him Jimothy. I love hashtag I love Bratty. Jimothy, the eye snake, the eye lump, the eye mass, the IMAS theater. Now showing an IMAS. Poor thing doesn't even get a nice name. Jimothy, like the little raccoon that has a stunted spine. And why would it? Sass. He doesn't wear glasses, but later in life his eyes get fucked up. Fucked up how and why? It filled is there who does have glasses, or am I on crack and no one has glasses? It filled baby us with dread to see it. We were very young when we saw it. How young? That's scary as shit. Why would I give that thing a beautiful name? So it can feel pretty. You need to put fake eyelashes on it. Fem it up. 6 years old. That's so. Bro gets cursed to have fucked up eyes that hurt him almost constantly. What happened? Will glasses help? Or is he just fucked for his eyes forever? It was already pretty. And yet I saw it for the first time at 11 and almost died of a heart attack. Yeah, you're not making it sound pretty. Aw, duck hiding face. All right, what time is it? Oh, we're almost at 4 hours on this stream. It was a queen trust. All right. It was your sleep paralysis demon. But you beauty queen, but you named her Jimothy? Him? Beauty queen him? Glasses wouldn't help. He was cursed by a goddess for trying to steal a very powerful and very evil book. That is a classic consequence for trying to steal shit from goddesses. Sometimes. Yep. Sometimes you just shouldn't steal shit. It doesn't sound pretty. It sounds like a biblical angel. Be not afraid. A biblical angel in lump form. Beauty queen. No. Yes, it uses he, him, as does God. Like in the same way God does. It cannot be labeled, but uses he, him. Don't call me a man, but you may refer to me as he, him. Whatever makes it easier for you. Silly humans. Wait, what's happening? Okay, that's all. Delayed. All right. I'm 40 minutes over on the stream. I should go and get some sleep, but I shall see y'all again on Wednesday. It had like a slug trail, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it makes sense though. Needs it for mobility. And I think there were maggots on it. Okay. Wow. Really that really puts the demon in sleep paralysis demon. Just you bring maggots into it, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you're triggering my creepy crawlies. Do not label me mortal. You're a man. Got it? Oh, this level of audacity, clearly a man. Jimothy. Ugh, maggots. Yeah, disgusting. Ugh. I once had a worm fall on my shoulder, like a pupa worm, out of nowhere, and I was like, ah. Oh, speaking of maggots, they're like all over the ground in this game. Not on every floor or room, but often. Have a good night, everyone. Yeah, thank you, everyone, for being here. As always, I'll be here in the Discord, and you shall see me again on Monday. May or may not do 2 streams on Monday. I keep saying that and never doing it, but we will see. I'll have an earlier stream, maybe. We'll see. I'm still trying to enact that one. But yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Y'all have been so great. 99 person going by Matthews, probably Jimothy in a Matthew suit. Oh my god, can you imagine how many glasses I would need? Just like a suction cup eye patch thing over every glass, every eye. Have a good night, everyone. Bye bye. Ah, you Luigi squishing fiend. You don't deserve sleep. You deserve a severe scolding and then tucked into bed with the smooch on your forehead, and then I turn off the light and you go to bed. And you don't squish any more Luigis. Wait, next stream is Wednesday. I'm on Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Have a good night, Wednesday probs. All right, bye-bye. Thanks for everyone being here. Thank you, new here and don't know the schedule. You deserve Jimothy. I deserve your Jimothy. Please don't send Jimothy. Unless Jimothy's gonna be chill. Aiden, you leave the... You're like my cat poking at me for treats or playing with something I don't want. You deserve to see Jimothy for squishing Luigi's. Caden, you've been sentenced to Jimothy for your transgressions. My Jimothy will be seeing you. I haven't been feeding it, but I'm pretty sure it's vegan. That's so funny. Redeem stretch. Can I get Longhorse instead? Longhorse is great. My Jimothy will be seeing you. You'll be hearing from my Jimothy for your transgressions. Let me be transparent about your transgressions. Jimothy won't target someone for being trans. No. No. Only for mauling Luigi's. Like a monster. Good night, Matthew. I have a hard time saying good night. I'm just having too much fun. Jimothy is chill like that. Jimothy's more progressive. A pile of flesh covered in maggots and eyes has more sense and decency than the United States president. And that's how I'm ending the stream. I double Jimothy up and pass it on. Nope. Coming to you. He will target a trans person for squatching Luigi's. Nothing about the trans, just about the Luigi's. Yeah, thank you everyone so much. I shall see you again in the Discord and on Wednesdays and Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. See you again in a couple days. Thank you for everything. Y'all have been wonderful. And until I see y'all next time, be kind to yourselves and others, and stay strong. Bye for now, everybody. Good night. Stop with the Luigi's. Oh, look, a Charizard. And a Mewtwo. Jimothy will be friendly, I swear. I'm holding you to it. I'm holding you to it. Actually. Oh. No, he won't. Ah, shit.